Atlantic League champion York Revolution is on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Onto the track, it is gone! It's gone!
Revs Baseball on WOYK is brought to you by People's Bank, Wellspan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood SureSave Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer and Little, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Swinging a ground ball, rolled to short, Dead's got it, throws, it's over! And the York Revolution are 2017 Atlantic League champions!
Now with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution, Daryl Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from Clipper Magazine Stadium here in downtown Lancaster. Welcome to game number 20 of York Revolution baseball. That's it, only game number 20. Another off day yesterday, but tonight begins a big week for the Revs and a huge series here in Lancaster. First of three against the Barnstormers. Hi again, everybody. Daryl Henry alongside Michael Mark Antonini. Welcome to Revs Baseball. It's a cloudy evening here at the Clip, but the rain in this area was over and done with this afternoon, or so we're told anyway. Hope that's the case. And Michael, this is a huge first half series. This is only game number 20 for the Revs, 63 in each half in this year's schedule. But it's the final time that they'll see Lancaster until the second half, and 5 games behind the league's hottest team coming in here tonight.
Sure, already the third series meeting of the year, and the Revs still haven't seen a couple teams here. They haven't seen Sugarland, they haven't seen the Ducks yet this year in Long Island, but third series with Lancaster, and like you mentioned, they don't see them again for almost 2 months. So this is a really important series. It has a lot riding on the first half standings right now. The Revs in third place, the Lancaster in first place, having won 10 straight here in the Freedom Division. So this series, a lot riding on it. The Revs really need to come away with probably 2 wins in this series to keep things close in that Freedom Division. And I mean, the Revs have had a solid record so far against Lancaster, 4-3, but the rest of the division has not. So right now the Revs need to help themselves out and the rest of the division and take down the Barnstormers.
Yeah, they have handed Lancaster 4 of their 5 losses. Lancaster is 16-5. They are 13-1 against every team other than York. It is their best 21-game start ever. Their 10-game winning streak ties their franchise record. Of course, they have beaten up on the likes of New Britain and the Road Warriors recently, but then again, those are 2 teams that the Revs have struggled against as they come in only a game above 500, in large part because of that. 10-9 is the record for York. 5 games behind Lancaster entering play tonight. The Revs did win the series at New Britain over the weekend, 2 out of 3, and they finally got off the schneid in doubleheader games, 0-5 after a walk-off loss in Game 1, but Game 2 belonged to York, and it belonged to the offense, their second biggest offensive totals of the young season. The stretch and the pitch, and a swing and a line drive, base hit left field. Wilson in to score. Burgess runs through the stop sign, and the throw is cut off, and he slides across. 2-0 York. Jose Cuevas delivers a 2-out line single to left, and the Revs have struck first here in Game 2. Here's the 1-1. Swing and he fists one. Center field base hit. Melky Mesa gets it done. Dotel in to score, and it's 3-0. Here's the 0-1. Swing and he lines a base hit to right field. Spooney is in to score. Clark will be held at third. Throw into the plate is knocked down by Skelton. Everybody up a bag, and it's 5-0 as Wellington Dotel scorches an RBI single to right. And the Revs have tacked on 2, and they're still loaded with none out. Loaded, still no outs. First pitch hammered down the right field line. That's a base hit. And Mitchell scores. Here comes Dotel. They will hold the relay. Wilson goes to third. It's a single for Burgess, who drives in 2. And all of a sudden, it's an 8-0 Revs lead here in the 7th inning. It would end up being a 9-0 win, their second biggest win, second biggest run total. 6-run 7th inning was their second biggest inning of the season, so that made it a nice ride home on Sunday evening and into Monday morning. Tonight, they get back at it here in Lancaster as right-hander Mitch Atkins will go for the Revs, 0-2 with an 8.15 ERA. For Lancaster, it will be lefty Nate Reed, who's 3-0 with a 1.80 ERA. He has been great, the former Rev has, in 4 starts. And Michael, I'm sure for Mitch tonight, he's looking for some redemption from his first start over here, but at the same time, he could also throw that one out. He wasn't feeling 100% in that outing back in early May.
And Mitch just has to do what he did against Southern Maryland when he went 6 shutout innings just a couple weeks ago, and keep the ball down, pound the strike zone, and don't leave balls out over the plate where guys can rip them. And we know in this park that it's easy to hit the ball out to right field, right center field, and Mitch has been on the wrong side of that in this ballpark. So he just needs to work on keeping the ball down, maybe work the opposite part of the plate to left-handed hitters, and just try to pitch to contact, trust his defense behind him, get some ground balls because the ball does fly here.
Well, tonight, that is our matchup. Coming up on our pregame show, we will have part 1 of an interview with Ross Detweiler, the winning starter for the Revs on Sunday. We talked with him about overcoming the delay in the 3rd inning at New Britain Stadium and also his return to the game after taking much of last year off to refresh. Ross will join us coming up. We'll hear from Mace here shortly as well. First pitch tonight set for 7 p.m. here in Lancaster on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Dale E. Anstein is a personal injury law firm that specializes in auto and motorcycle accidents, workers' compensation, and personal injury cases. Anstein has been proudly protecting the injured in Central PA for more than 40 years and is proud to support the York Revolution. At Dale E. Anstein, consultations are always free, and there is no fee unless they win the case for you. To learn more about Dale E. Anstein, or if you're in need of representation, go to AnsteinLaw.com. That's ANSTINE law.com.
We are your auto loan experts. Hello, I'm Sue DeStefano, President and CEO of First Capital Federal Credit Union. With terms you can trust and competitive rates as low as 2.49% APR, First Capital is the first place to go when you're looking for an auto loan. At First Capital, you're a member, not just a number. You can apply for your loan online at firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any of our branches. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Is your backyard an inspiration or more like an eyesore? Get your backyard ready for summer with Penn Dutch Structures. Our selection of Amish crafted sheds, swing sets, gazebos, and outdoor furniture includes everything you need to play, relax, and entertain all summer long. Take advantage of big savings on our in-stock or built-to-order sheds, or enjoy free delivery and assembly on any of our vinyl swing sets. See our impressive selection of outdoor structures at the markets at Shrewsbury, located off I-83 on the Susquehanna Trail.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Welcome back. Pregame from Lancaster tonight. Revs and the Barnstormers getting set to go, and Ross Detweiler, our pregame guest. And Ross, first of all, you had one heck of a situation on Sunday to wait through the 47-minute delay, much of which it did not rain. So I wanted to start with that. And what is it like from your perspective to try to stay sharp? And is maybe the toughest thing just to not get frustrated about it?
Yeah, I think the toughest thing was just standing out there and not knowing what to do. I was throwing warm-up pitches, and the umpire tried to call for the tarp, and then he said, oh, never mind, and then threw a couple more, and then he said, yeah, tarp it. Now it started raining a little harder, so they never quite got the tarp on. Everybody's kind of walking around. Just the worst part about it is not knowing. I had no idea if we were going to be in a delay or keep going, just trying to – it's one of those things you can't control, so you try to not get frustrated, but it's a little tough sometimes.
Now, does that get close to a limit for a starting pitcher where – you might have to look at, this start might get cut short, or were you feeling pretty good the whole time?
No, I had no idea. And, with that grounds crew not even really doing much, not getting the tarp on, just kind of standing around, we didn't know if it was going to be a 10-minute delay or an hour, closer to an hour as it was. I got to go down in the bullpen and throw a little bit and try to stay loose. And I think the hardest part's really staying mentally kind of locked in, not letting yourself go, and not getting frustrated with stuff.
We'll talk about some more positive topics aside from Sunday, and you pitched great. But how much fun has it been here this first month or so, just being back in the pro game?
It's good. We have a really good team here. It was easy to come in and fit right in, and Mace keeps everything pretty low key and kind of do your own work, make sure you get stuff in, and it kind of shows in the way we play. It's been tough with Mother Nature lately. I think my last 3 starts have been the second game of a doubleheader, so it's mixed in some off days and some rain outs, and it's tough to get on a 5-day routine, and I think that's going to come pretty soon now once the weather starts settling down a bit.
Talking with Ross Detweiler pregame tonight, and when you decided to kind of hit the refresh button last year, what all went into the situation, and how much refreshed do you feel coming back here this season?
I'm actually having fun again, and I think that's a big thing to my performance too. It's if you're frustrated all the time, you're not having fun, and you're just out there making it seem like a job, then you're not going to get the most out of yourself. You're really wasting your time in spot somebody else that will have fun can have. But coming here this year, it's been great. It's like I said, it's low key, it's laid back, it's fun, and we play with a bunch of good guys here, and it's a tough league. You got a lot of guys that you saw on the other side of the line in the big leagues. A lot of guys with AAA time and everything. So it's a good league, and it's fun to come out here and compete.
Baseball has probably been your entire summer since what age?
Oh, probably about 5 years old or so. I've never been on a spring break. Never had a summer. Never got to enjoy the family holidays in the summer. But the greatest thing about baseball is the off season. You get the big holidays. You get Christmas and you get Thanksgiving off. But it's fun. It's an outdoor game, and you just go play outside. And that's what it is. It's a game, so it's been a good ride for me. And professionally, I think this is 11 or 12 years now, and it's all I've ever done, so that's all I know.
Well, it's great to have you here, but what was the thing that you appreciated the most, maybe the most fun thing that you and the family did or something during the time away last year?
Oh, just having time off, being able to see my daughter grow, and we live on a lake back home, so being able to get out on a boat a few times with nice weather, you really can't beat family time.
That is part 1 of our conversation with Ross. He is scheduled to start Saturday night, it looks like, at home against the Road Warriors, so we will plan on airing part 2 then. We'll get into some of his big league highlights, including a bullpen catcher in Washington that Revs fans will certainly remember, Octavio Martinez, and also his days growing up as a huge St. Louis Cardinals fan back home. Right now, we'll take a break. We'll check in with Mace on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report up next.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sauble's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, and at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hey guys, is it time to get your hair in the game? Time to claim your spot! Then it's time to check in online at sportclips.com/check-in for a fresh cut, legendary hot steam towel and massaging shampoo. Time to claim your spot! So do your hair a favor by checking in online and arrive just in time for your Sport Clips MVP haircut experience while you surround yourself with sports on TV. Get in line online at sportclips.com/check-in. Time to claim your spot!
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for all the latest on your Atlantic League champion York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace. Well, one of the trends early this season that's incredibly difficult to figure out is the doubleheader record. But that said, after a tough loss in Game 1, a terrific bounce back, your team played a wonderful game in Game 2 on Sunday.
Yeah, it's been kind of hard to, the doubleheader sweeps that we've had that went against us. Both games of those doubleheaders. And matter of fact, all 3 games we had chances to win those games and put the other team away, but we just weren't able to do it. And the other day we get 2 out and nobody on. Next thing you know, we get walked off with a 3-run homer. Sometimes that happens. But we had some opportunities earlier in the game with guys in scoring position, and we didn't get the ball in play. Even if we would have made outs, we could have made some productive outs there to get the runners in. But that's just kind of the way it is right now. And then we have games like we did Sunday afternoon for the second game where we put up 9 runs, and it's a lot different. So we're still up and down a little bit, but we keep playing. I think the more we play, the better we'll get. We just have a lot of downtime right now in between games.
What would you highlight as the thing that you like the most about, obviously you scored 9 runs, but the way that you went about doing that in Game 2 on Sunday?
Well, I didn't think we struck out that much. I thought we put the ball in play. We took some walks at key times. I think Ruby took a walk to start the one inning where we scored 4 or 5 runs, whatever it was. I think he started the inning off with that. But, I think sometimes when guys are struggling offensively, they don't want to take the walk. They get real aggressive early in the count. And you've seen some first ball, second ball swinging by some of our guys that have been, ground out to second base or pop up or something like that. So, we're trying to talk about being more patient, see some more pitches. I think we're a better hitting team when we're deeper in the count. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'd say first pitch swinging, we're not very good. And when we put the ball in play there. So, we just got to keep being a little more patient, and, hopefully we'll get some better at-bats. And I know these guys want to get their averages up because they're a little concerned about that too. But, like I tell them, you're not going to make up, 100 points in, one at-bat. It's not now. We have too many at-bats. So you need to string together some good at-bats and, and try to hit 300, 3 out of 10, 3 out of 10, and then bring it up that way.
The delay in Game 2 was incredible. You and Fletch and Polo and Sandy, I'm sure you guys can get frustrated over it, and it's not a huge deal. But if you're Ross Detweiler in that situation, is that the toughest thing, to not let the frustration overcome your mindset?
Well, we were talking the whole time, and I was starting to get concerned that delay was going to drag on and on and on, and we were going to have to get into our bullpen right away. And Ross was like, as long as we keep it within 30, 40 minutes, I should be okay. And fortunately, we were able to do that, and we had to help them out a little bit with some of their ground crew things, but then the weather actually broke and it was pretty nice after that. So Ross was able to stay in there and he did a good job.
Sticking with the pitching staff, you activate Van Meter today. Is he feeling considerably better?
He tells me he's 100%. He's feeling a lot better. So we had the retroactive DL on him coming into this series, so he's been down for a while, but he said he's feeling much better.
I don't think we really got a chance to talk pregame yet about your signing of Pat McCoy, who I know you were interested in before the season, and he seems like a guy that could fill several different roles for you. Bullpen for now?
Yeah, bullpen for now. We're still trying to work that 5th starter in. Zach Groats has done a great job, in these spot starts that he's done, but I might want to get another left-hander in the starting rotation, and if that doesn't work, then we have 3 left-handers in the bullpen for now, with Pat joining Carson and Westfall. So, we'll see how things progress here. Pat had been throwing; he was in Mexico, so it wasn't like he hadn't been playing. He's been playing, so, and he was a starter last year in Southern Maryland. He started a lot of games down there, so we'll see how things play out here with our bullpen and our rotation. But once we get into June, we're going to need the 5-man because we don't have that many off days in June. So May's been a weird month between rain and off days and doubleheaders, and I'll be really lucky to see this month go, to be honest, and we can get into some kind of a regular routine.
Well, given all that, is there anybody in the bullpen tonight that, based on days off, you feel needs to get in first if the situation presents itself?
No, not really. I think we're gonna try to use the guys where we think they fit us best and where it's a good fit for them. We're gonna with the 3 left-handers in the pen now, we can do a little bit better matching up here against this team than we could in the past. We have a winning record against them, and they have the best record in the league. So, we just have to bring it these 3 games and do everything we can. It's a tough place to win. We know that, but we've done it before. I remember coming back from Sugar Land one year and winning 5 games in 3 days here. So, it can be done, but we're going to have to have some better at bats, and I think we're going to have to pitch a little better than we did the last time we were here.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Just about set to go tonight as Nate Reed finishes his warm-up tosses. Our starting lineup for the Revs brought to you by Flying Feet. Jared Mitchell will have the night off against the lefty, the first time he has not been in right field and leading off. It'll be Travis Witherspoon leading off in center. Alexi Casilla will play second and bat second. Zach Wilson at first base will hit third. Michael Burgess is the DH batting cleanup. Hitting fifth and in right field tonight is Malky Mesa. Wellington Dotel in left field is hitting sixth. Luis Cruz will do the catching and bat seventh. Jose Cuevas at third base bats eighth. And Ryan Dent at short will hit ninth. Again, it's Witherspoon, Casilla, Wilson, Burgess, Mesa, Dotel, Cruz, Cuevas, and Dent. The lineup facing Nate Reed, who's off to a wonderful start this season and is set to go here tonight. Lights have just come on. They are at full blast, and our Dasher Investment Services first pitch is across for a strike. We are underway. First pitch coming at 7:02 here tonight. Spooney, who has led off in the past, the pitch to him, it's down and away. And he's had quite a bit of success in the leadoff spot in his Revs career, going back to 2016. 1-1, and it's a called strike. Inside corner, down around the knees. He shakes his head and walks away, not loving it. He comes in hitting at 250. Has hit 360 against Lancaster. The 1-2, and it's up high. He lets it go. Our plate ump tonight, Manolo Alejandro. Mario Rosas followed us from New Britain, and Bill Reuter at third. Here's the 2-2, and he skips it up there in the dirt outside. The Revs are in the Navy alternate jerseys tonight, Lancaster home white. Witherspoon working a full count to start the evening. Here's the 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Nate Reed got him with a fastball, wins the initial battle, and that's how our game begins.
Well, Reed did exactly what he wanted, get a strikeout, and you Spoon, obviously, if he puts the ball on the ground or in play, he's got a chance to beat it out. He's got a chance to do damage with his legs, but Spoon, a guy who strikes out a lot, couldn't catch up to that fastball right there.
All right, here's Alexi Casilla. First pitch from Reed is swung on and popped foul, back and out of play. Casilla hitting at 321. Against lefties, he is 6 for 15, hitting 400. The Revs as a team, though, have hit under 200 against lefties. Pitch is down and in. So that's a concerning number, 197, but for a lot of those games didn't have Cuevas or Mesa. 1-1, and a ground ball, second base, up the middle. Noel backhands it, sets the feet. The throw pulls Terdoslavich off the bag, but he got the tag on Casilla before he could run by, and the out is recorded. A ground ball to second base. 2 up, 2 down.
And going back to your point about the tough numbers against lefties, you're right. That part of the reason is not having Mesa and Cuevas. It forced a lot of these lefties that the Revs have on the team, Ruby Silva to be in the lineup every day, even if it was a left-hander or mound. Michael Burgess had to play a couple games against lefties where Mace would have liked to get a righty in there. So a lot of it's just based on not having a bench early on in the season.
2 down. Here is Zach Wilson as he backs away. A changeup missing in tight. Wilson's got it going. He's driven in a run in 3 straight. Most of his hits of late have been doubles. The 1-0, and that misses down and in. He's up to 7 doubles, 3 home runs, 10 driven in total. Batting .273. A hitter's count, the 2-0. And he swings, fouls it straight back. That'll bounce down below. He had a stretch until a single on Sunday where he had 5 consecutive hits for himself that went for doubles. The 2-1. And he swings, chips one foul just to the right of home plate. And as he checks the end of the bat, makes sure it didn't crack. Reed has technically made 4 starts, but in 1, there was a rain delay after his warm-ups before he took the mound, so he was lifted, and he's only thrown 15 innings. He deals, and it misses inside. And Wilson works it full. That was at Somerset. They were supposed to play 2. They only played 1, and they bumped the Game 2 starter Brooks Hall into his spot. Hall has since been picked up by the Giants. 3-2, and a foul back upstairs. That was, as of today, I believe, that Hall was signed. Reed tied for the league lead in wins, 1 of 4 with 3. 3-0 with a 1.80 ERA, 15 innings, 11 hits, 3 runs. Another payoff, and a swing and a miss. He went down low and gets Wilson on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and the Revs are down in order. At the end of a half, it's York nothing, Lancaster coming up.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
The Revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
Mitch Atkins getting ready to face the Lancaster order. No score. Barnstormers lineup brought to you by Flying Feet. It'll be Darian Sanford in center to lead off. Tyler Bortnick, the third baseman, bats second. Blake Galen in right field will hit third. Hitting cleanup at first base is Joey Turdoslavich. Trayvon Robinson in left field bats fifth. Ryan Castile, the catcher tonight, hitting sixth. Carlos Garcia will DH and bat seventh. Vladimir Frias at shortstop hits eighth. Rico Noel, the league leader in batting, is hitting ninth. At second base, again, Sanford, Bortnick, Galen, Turdoslavich, Robinson, Castile, Garcia, Frias, and Noel for the Barnstormers, facing Mitch Atkins, who faces them for the third time in 5 starts. First pitch to Sanford is over for a strike. Tonight, his 5th start, his 3rd against these guys. A no decision in York in his debut, and then roughed up here. Here's the 0-1. And it misses inside. The thing about that one, though, on May 5th, is he was feeling some of that actually normal spring training dead arm that a lot of pitchers get. Here's the 1-1. And a fastball. There's a strike outside corner. And he already looks crisper from this vantage point tonight than he did a couple of weeks back. He followed that 12-run, 10-earned game with 6 shutout innings on 2 hits at Southern Maryland. Here's a breaking ball, swing and a miss. Pulls the string, and Sanford swings through it, almost spun himself in a circle. It's a strikeout to start the night.
That pitch was nasty right there. Had some sweeping action across the zone, and tough to hit when Atkins is able to snap one off like that and make it a strike the entire way. I mean, it has to be tempting out of the hand, and that was. And then, of course, it goes right across the plate. Tough pitch to hit there.
Now Tyler Bortnick hitting at 206. First offering, he shows a bunt, and Atkins catches the outside corner. Fastball strike. 88 on the radar gun. Now the dead arm start, obviously, he didn't seem to have much life on it. Couldn't locate it, though, on a pinpoint standpoint either. Here's a swing and a foul tip to the backstop. So his goal on that night was basically just to try to get the ball in the strike zone, and Lancaster's lineup took advantage. Next start, though, at Southern Maryland on May 9th, he was dominant. Now his windup, the 0-2. Fastball misses high. Last time out, faced his former team, Somerset, 7 days ago. Did suffer the loss. 4 innings, 5 runs, 4 earned. He deals. Breaking ball, grounded toward third. That's foul. Down to Ross Peoples, their manager in the coach's box. This Lancaster team, second in the league in hitting, 285. Only Sugar Land is higher at 296. Play Bortnick the other way. Atkins grips it, delivers, and a line drive, center field, base hit. Now Bortnick is on base. Lancaster in 21 games has scored in the first inning 12 times. And a big reason for their success is jumping out to big leads early. That's one thing the Revs have to prevent in this series.
And that's what's hurt the Revs in their losses to Lancaster this season, giving up early runs and then letting Lancaster tack on later in games. And the last start Mitch had here, the conditions were not good at all. They did not play in the Revs' favor, and shouldn't have given up as many as he did. There was an error in the inning, in the first inning, but still, limiting the damage early is huge.
Here's Blake Galen, and a cutter right down the middle, called strike. If I didn't know any better, and maybe I don't, maybe I'm just seeing things after all these days, doesn't it look like there's a little light mist as Atkins throws over? Or am I just seeing that?
You know, I didn't even think to
look
out there and see if there was a mist. If there is one, I can't see it.
Now the stretch, and another move to first. Bortnick dives back.
I'm just kind of so used to seeing at least something coming out of the sky. I mean, we haven't seen sun in Lancaster yet this year. This is what, the 3rd time counting spring training we've been here?
Yeah. 5th game.
Yeah.
Pitch to Galen, that's high and away. It is a ball and a strike.
Yeah, I have not seen sun. I mean, the spring training game was a cold and rainy day. The last series, it was ugly every single time. And here, just a gray sky out there.
The sun is only a myth. Now Atkins stretches, delivers, and a cutter right through for strike 2. Another good pitch, jumps ahead.
That cutter looks good tonight. Mitch is really following through and getting a nice snap on the cutter, being able to get it over the strike zone.
I'm sure he wants to show Lancaster a different arsenal here this time. He deals, and a swing and a miss. He went off speed down out of the strike zone. And Cruz applies the tag, 2 down, both on strikeouts for Atkins here in the first.
Mitch only 4 strikeouts combined in his last 2 starts. So he hasn't been a strikeout pitcher this year. We know he can strike guys out. He's got a couple of pitches he can use as out pitches, but recently he hasn't, but tonight he has it going.
Only had 2 in the start here earlier this month. He's got 2 for his first 2 outs tonight. Here's Turdoslavich, and he smacks a ground foul down at the end of the Lancaster dugout. The cleanup man hitting .274, 3 home runs. He's 4th in the league in RBIs with 20, all in his last 19 games. And at home, he's hit .364 with all 3 of his home runs. I believe all 3 of those were in the series against York. Atkins the pitch, and it misses up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Our weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. 65 degrees and cloudy. After it rained much of the morning and early afternoon, we are in the clear. Atkins fires, and a swing and a pop foul, backing out of play. 1-2. Turdoslavich late on that fastball, and it's not going to count. They call a balk on Atkins, who's upset with the plate ump, Manolo Alejandro, demanding to know why that was called. I don't know if they said he was too quick and didn't come set, or if there was a flinch that I couldn't notice initially. Mace coming out to ask as well.
Yeah, I mean, not too much of an argument there for Mace, but Atkins a little fired up there. Haven't seen him that animated much, and he keeps it low key, but that is difficult, especially right now with 2 outs. That runner moves up to scoring position. It changes the entire inning, and if Turdoslavich can get one past the infielders here, sneak one through a hole, down a line, that's going to score a run. So maybe it doesn't if Bortnick's on first base.
And rather than being ahead 1-2, we're back to a 1-1 count. A runner at second, 2 outs, trying to keep it scoreless. Atkins a look back, and the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Cruz sliding hard to his left to get square to it. Barnstormers second in the league in runs scored behind Sugar Land. Skeeters just got done a week's worth of beatdowns on Southern Maryland, so they've padded their totals. For Lancaster, they strike out the fewest, and they steal by far the most. 39 steals, 18 of those against York. Now a long look in, time is asked for at the plate. Bortnick, who singled, he is at second by way of the balk with 2 outs. Atkins struck out the other 2. And now ready. A look back. The 2-1. Swinging a fly ball to right off the end of the bat. Mesa froze to read it. Now comes in and makes the grab. And it's a scoreless first inning for Mitch Atkins. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the second tonight. No score.
We were with you when you were struggling with the challenges of being a young athlete, before the challenges of keeping fit while working 9 to 5, and long before Pilates and Zumba were even a thing.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet sports shoes outfitted you as a young athlete. When you slipped into a new sport practically every season, you learned a lot, and you grew strong. Now that you're an adult, why stop? Flying Feet has the brands and the styles that will increase your performance no matter how you choose to maintain your fitness. Just like when you were a kid, when you shop Flying Feet, you know you'll walk away with the best fit and natural comfort. Flying Feet stocks fitness shoes and all kinds of fitness gear. So, what do you do these days? Trail walking? Working out on the track, on the street, in the gym? Sign up for exercise classes like Pilates, Zumba, or need shoes for weightlifting? It doesn't matter what you're into, you can always count on Flying Feet. It's the one sportswear specialty store that's truly ageless.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports. The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Start of the second, no score. Michael Burgess leads off, looks at one outside from his former Revs teammate Nate Reed back in 2016. Overshift on him. Pitch is across for a strike. They put Frias just over to the right of second base. He is their shortstop. Everybody else moving accordingly. The 1-1. And that misses low. Third baseman Bortnick is pretty much playing short now. Burgess and Reed were teammates on a Revs playoff squad. The 2-1. And he swings, rips one foul down the first base side into the Lancaster bullpen.
Hot shot right there. And the way the defense is set up right now for Lancaster, they have three guys on the right side, but they're all in the infield. So it's a case where Burgess gets a line drive. He can drop that one right in front of the right fielder, Galen.
2-2. Swing, and he flares one the other way. A base hit down the third base line. And he'll take a turn and rumble into second with a leadoff double. Trayvon Robinson had to come in toward the Revs bullpen to retrieve it from left. And Burgess sprays it the other way. Maybe they'll think twice about that next time.
Yeah, that works. Hey, going the other way with it, and that's a case where you don't have to hit it hard at all the other way. You just have to drop one over there. And as long as you hit it to the left side, not right at the shortstop, it's a knock. And then Burgess right there taking advantage of that ball not being hard hit and is able to get to second base easily.
He's got his second hit against a lefty here this young season. A leadoff double. Here is Malky Mesa. And the pitch from Reed. Swing, and he fouls it straight back upstairs. Mesa, big series at New Britain. 4 for 10 with a double, a home run, drove in 5. Overall now, in 5 games played, he's 5 for 15. With a homer, 2 doubles. Now Reed, the 0-1. And he swings, fouls it straight back again. Revs trying to strike first tonight. They have handed Lancaster 4 of their 5 losses. Revs are 4-3 against Lancaster. Won 3 out of 4 at home, did lose 2 out of 3 here. Now Reed with the 0-2. And a swing and a fly ball, right center field. Galen coming on, sideways shifting to make the catch. Burgess will tag and force a throw, but he'll stay put as Galen overshoots Frias at short, but right on one hop to third base. And not quite deep enough, one away.
Burgess looked like he was ready to go. If that ball's on the warning track, maybe he gives it a try, but no point in testing that and getting doubled up right there, especially in a park where the Revs have struggled in this year. You need as many base runners as you can get. And right now, a guy like Wellington Dotel up with a man in scoring position. Got to believe that Dotel can cash him in.
It is nice in an RBI spot to watch him dig in. That's something that the Revs didn't have the last time these two teams met. First pitch, he takes all the way, and it is a strike.
He had no intentions of swinging there. I mean, he was still leaning back with the bat on his shoulder when Reed was in his windup.
He had the best view in the house for that one. He'll ask for time and back out. He is hit safely in 4 straight. He is 4 for 11 with men in scoring position. Burgess checks, takes a bigger lead. And the 0-1, that cuts down and in. Dotel hitting at 267 with York. He's got 8 hits. Of those 8, a double and 2 triples. And among his league leadership in pretty much all of hitting 3 years ago. Did lead the league in triples that year. The pitch to him, it's way outside, and Reed checking his fingertip after releasing that ball. 2-1.
My brother the other day told me that Wellington Dotel has one of those batting stances that you can pick for a creative player in MLB The Show if you do Road to the Show, that custom batting stance. Open stance with the hands moving.
Pitch to him, a fastball. He watches it in for a strike. 2-2. It is unique. He's got no batting gloves tonight. Well, he did have one on the bottom hand the other day, but nothing this evening. I'll read the stretch. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. A low cutter got him. And the third strikeout for Reed out of his first 5 outs.
Well, Mace talked about before the game in the Revs' 9-0 win at New Britain, they put the ball in play and they were taking walks. And so far, I mean, it's early. You don't necessarily need to take walks throughout the entire game. But in terms of the strikeouts, you know, Burgess gets home with lead-off double, then Mesa puts the ball in play, but not deep enough, and then the strikeout, that doesn't help when you're trying to move runners over.
Well, now Luis Cruz with Burgess still at second base. And Reed delivers. Swing and a foul back and out of play. One thing in that series win at New Britain, there were several times where the Revs would have a leadoff hit, and it might have been a double, and the opposing pitcher would get the next 2, and then they would come through with 2 outs. The bulk of their runs in that series with 2 outs. Pitch, that's in the dirt. Cruz trying to do it again. He comes in hitting .283. 6 for 10 with men in scoring position. He goes with the high sock look tonight. Perhaps makes him feel a little faster. Revs trying to draw first blood here in the second inning. Here's the 1-1. And a changeup down and away, missed.
Well, if the Revs are going to cash in on a run here, Cruz has got to do it. Leads the team with 6 2-out RBIs this season. Next highest is Mesa with 4, and Mesa's only played in 5 games.
They play Cruz to pull it. 2-1. And misses down and in. Jose Cuevas is on deck. Galen way deep in right, but then again, if you're outside of the infield dirt here, you're deep in right field in this part. Reed stretches. The 3-1. Swinging a well-hit ball, right center. Sanford a long run into the gap, still after it, and he runs it down, jumping against the fence. Darian Sanford saves a run. And he took off like he was shot out of a cannon. Burgess just shaking his head. Polo down at third, just watching, shaking his head. He caught it as he crossed onto the track and jumped against the fence to stop himself. Revs do not score after the leadoff double. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless.
Looks like Mother Nature decided to skip spring and just turn on the heat. So we're going to do the same. This is Doug Sprankle, sales manager at York Mitsubishi. The heat is on to sell some new Mitsubishis and empty the lot. So come check out the all-new Eclipse Cross ES all-wheel drive. Lease it for just $189 a month for 36 months, 12,000 miles per year. Or the always popular Outlander Sport ES as low as $18,990. Growing families will love the 7-passenger Outlander ES. Get it for as low as $21,390. And as gas prices nose above $3 a gallon, you'll definitely want to take a look at the fuel-sipping 40-plus mile per gallon 2018 Mirage. Buy it for just $11,990. Plus, as always, we're hooking you up with an industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. The heat is on at York Mitsubishi, around the corner of Route 30 and Roosevelt Avenue, York, where Mitsubishi's always cost less. Come check us out at YorkMitsubishi.com.
$39.99 down plus first payment and security deposit. Tax and tax extra. See dealer for details.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Jay Gaush. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Spurt Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
No score thanks to Darian Sanford. We go to the bottom of the second inning. And that was a run-saving grab, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, that's a heck of a play. Got a great break on it, going out to right center. And this is his home park. He knows it well to be able to run that ball down. And that ball was scorched off the bat of Cruz. And like you mentioned before we went off air, Burgess and Polo just shaking their heads. What more can you do? I mean, a great running grab. It's just the way things have gone for the Revs, especially in this park.
Well, I think Revs fans are accustomed to seeing their center fielders deny opposing hitters of runs. Witherspoon's done it to countless hitters over the years. Here's Trayvon Robinson leading off the home second. And Atkins' first pitch of the inning, he swings and fouls it back. Robinson at 317 coming in, a home run, and tied for the league lead in triples with 3. Yesterday was the Revs' 7th scheduled off day in the first 26 calendar days, the 10th including rain. Pitch is inside, Robinson jumps back. It was also the 4th day in the last 6 and 7th in the last 12 in which they did not play a game. 10th in the first 26 calendar days of this season. Now time asked for by Robinson. Atkins trying to get in the rhythm with Cruz. Now winds up the 1-1, and he broke his bat, punches it on the ground at short. Dent lines it up, charges in, fires on the run, and got him by half a step. Dent was, I think, trying to give himself a chance to go either way if that ball had spin, and he kind of waited to read it and then charged in, got it done.
He read it well, being able to scoop that one up and then throw sidearm over to first. Nice pick by Wilson, who I'm sure Wilson's happy to be back at first base for a game and had been playing a lot of third, and although he was playing it well, he's clearly more comfortable at first, the position he's played more throughout the last few years.
Now Ryan Castile, the catcher. Atkins the pitch, and a swing and a pop-up. Wilson will back up from first. It's Alexi from second who's out calling for it. And right in front of Melky Mesa coming in, he's got it. 2 down, that one on 1 pitch. And then Casilla tossing it in for the throw around the horn. Pretty much threw it from right field, underhanded, to Ryan Dent right on a dime.
Some of these guys out there, the way they can just flick a baseball is impressive. We've talked about it before with Alexi. He can really throw it from any point. I mean, down at his ankles, from his waist. It doesn't matter. I mean, that dude's got a strong arm. I mean, I'm sure he could play shortstop regularly if you needed him to with that cannon.
Here's the DH tonight, Carlos Garcia. And switch hitter swings, fouls the first one to the net. He is known as one of their really good defensive players. He's struggled a little bit at third, but played a terrific shortstop the other day when Frias was given a day off defensively. Garcia DHing though tonight, hitting .424 in 13 games. Time asked for at the plate. He had, through the middle of game 2 of their doubleheader Sunday, at 1.7 straight at-bats with a hit. This is the 0-1, and a changeup away. He is on a 5-game hitting streak, 8 for 13. Against the Revs, he's totaled 5 hits and 10 at-bats.
This way, buddy. Go this way. Follow me.
Yeah, that way. Here's the 1-1, and a backdoor cutter just missed. It's an intimate setting over here in Lancaster.
Almost as if he knew he was right in front of the microphone. Garcia, a guy who's just earned himself some more playing time right from the get-go. Didn't play the first couple games of the season. Then as soon as he got in that starting lineup in the first series against the Revs, didn't stop hitting and hasn't since.
On the 2-1 swing, and he chops one foul. That got through an opening in the netting next to the Lancaster dugout. He almost hit it backwards. Looked like it rattled off seats, fortunately.
Just a little bit ahead.
Yeah. I struggle trying to navigate that net to get onto the field, but the ball got through. Now the 2-2, breaking ball, dives low. Scoreless here in the second inning. Atkins trying to send this one to the third. A full count on Garcia. Base is empty, 2 outs. Very little wind tonight. The flag in center is drooping against the flagpole. And the payoff pitch, breaking ball just low. Man, was that close. And Atkins doubled up on it, threw it again on 3-2. He almost got him.
That's all you can do there on a breaking pitch from Atkins. Make it tempting to swing at. There's one where you don't have to give in to Garcia right there. You would have liked to avoid the walk, especially with 2 outs. It's something that's not helped Mitch in the past when he gets the first 2 outs of an inning, or when he's cruising and then walks a guy. It stalls the inning, and then he has to work with men on base. And right here, he just has to bear down and go get Frias.
Frias is the next hitter. Switch hitter batting left. Runner goes, and a fake bunt. It's a called strike. Cruz the throw, deflects off Dent's glove on a short hop. Stays in the infield. It is a stolen base for Garcia, his 4th in 5 attempts.
And now you got him in scoring position without a hit. You get the walk and then the stolen base. Now Frias, who's been exceptional this season, especially against the Revs, has a guy in scoring position. Right now Mitch just needs to really focus on him and get the Revs out of this inning.
Now ready with it, a glance back. It was a strike, the 0-1. He swings, lines a base hit to right. Mesa will have to go toward the line. It goes all the way to the wall. Here comes Garcia to score. Throw goes into second. And Vladimir Frias with the RBI single. Lancaster has struck first.
And there you go. That's the recipe for Lancaster that's worked this season. I mean, it doesn't matter how many outs there are in an inning. You get a guy on, he gets over because this team steals bases so well, and then you bring a run in. Now, I'm sure Garcia scores from first on that ball anyway, but it's tougher for somebody to pitch when they have to worry about runners on base and then having to come back psychologically after a walk. But this Lancaster team continues to hit.
And now the league leader in batting, hitting 9th, and they have Frias picked off. Wilson chases him in the rundown and tags him in the back about 2/3 of the way to second base, so that will end the inning. Atkins picked his time to move over, and Frias was flat-footed and couldn't even move. But Lancaster has struck first. A run on 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the third, 1-0 Barnstormers.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, Equal Opportunity Lender.
The Force is with the York Revolution, Friday, May 25th. It's Star Wars night at People's Bank Park. Meet your favorite characters from the Star Wars universe. Enter the costume contest, play Star Wars trivia, and catch the Battle of the Death Stars during the game. After the game, witness a space battle over People's Bank Park in an Inside the Park fireworks spectacular. Star Wars night, Friday, May 25th. Tickets at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Barnstormers have struck first, 1-0. As we head to the third inning, Jose Cuevas will lead it off. It was a little bit of a damaging inning as Cuevas swings first pitch and pops it up. Terdoslavich ranging toward the stands. The second baseman, Noel, is over, and plenty of room, just a couple steps across the line. Catch is made by Noel. A foul out on the first pitch. And the reason I say it's a little bit of a damaging inning, obviously a ton of time left tonight, but the Revs a leadoff double, denied of scoring on Sanford's play, and then Lancaster at two-out base runner, and they do turn it into a run. Here's Ryan Dent, who takes down low. Dent hitting at .224, 2 home runs, 6 driven in. Lancaster, the 10-game winning streak, ties their club record. 1-0. That's inside. As Dent twists away. They had a 10-gamer in the second half in 2014. And they did win the league title that year. Here's the 2-0. Swing, and he slices a hard base hit to right field. Galen on the track will cut it off, moving toward the line. And Dent with the Revs' second hit, a bullet out of the reach of Terdoslavich, the first baseman.
That's a great sign, going opposite field and being able to scorch a ball that hard. That's one where you're hoping Terdoslavich doesn't get a glove on it in a leaping effort. And that one gets through. Now Spoon a chance with a man on base.
Spoon struck out to begin the game. Dent a short lead, eyeing up the lefty. Reed comes home, and a called strike on the inner cut. Well, Lancaster on this 10-game winning streak, their starters have gotten all 10 wins, 10-0 with a .225 ERA as a rotation. Here's the 0-1, and a fastball, a late strike call. Spoony is upset and can't blame him. He started to load the hand, stopped, watched it, started to back away. You could see the gears turning in the plate ump's head as he thought it over. Now Reed the 0-2, and that misses down and in. I almost feel like if you watch it all the way into the glove, you're almost telling the umpire that you think it's close, and then they're more apt to call it. It just seems that way. I don't know if it's true or not. You want to watch it all the way in, but there's the 1-2, and a swing and a miss. Chasing high and away, trying to protect. Fourth strikeout for Reed, 2 down here in the third inning.
Going out to section number 9, section 9 for coupons.
And I think that you're right with that to an extent. Is if you're up at the plate and looking one in, almost showing with the body language, oh, please don't call that a strike. Like maybe I should have swung at it, but didn't. I think you got to point to that.
Here's Casilla. He takes a called strike that he appeared to think was in.
And that doesn't necessarily mean the umpire should then call it a strike, but I think you're right. It definitely does get in the umpire's heads and more likely to call it then.
Now Reed with the 0-1, swinging a foul back off the net. I don't know, Michael. Maybe that only happened to me. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Casilla. Why don't we just invite them all in the booth with us? Here's the 0-2, and it just missed low. Lancaster also, they've won 9 straight, or actually 8 straight on the road. The team record for road winning streak is only 1 more than that. And a 9-gamer in 2013. They're 9-3 on the road, 7-2 at home. Pitch to Alexi. Leaping grab at first. He lined it the other way, looked ticketed to go right down the right field line had it stayed fair. But Trdoslavich reaches out and spears it. And that'll end the inning. Couple of hard hit balls the other way, but nothing to show for that one. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. Bottom of the third, it's 1-0 Lancaster.
Rudders has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rudders Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rudders, why go anywhere else for seafood?
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Rudders Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rudders Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rudders, why go anywhere else?
This is Luke Westfall. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
1-0 Lancaster. We go to the home half of the third. Rico Noel did not see a pitch. He was at bat in the second inning when Mitch Atkins picked off Vladimir Frias to end the inning. Not before Frias gave Lancaster the lead, though. Noel swings first pitch and pops it up straight behind the plate. Luis Cruz is back, and he's got it right on the warning track directly behind home plate. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the third.
Huge first pitch out. Mitch Atkins has done that a couple times tonight. Get first pitch out or even early in the count out, one or 2 pitches. But right there to keep Rico Noel off base, a guy who's terrorized this entire league so far this year, especially the Revs. That's huge.
Came in hitting .471, 600 against York. They get him on 1 pitch. Here's Sanford at the top of the order. He has saved a run tonight already with his glove, or his speed anyway, as Atkins fires a strike in on him. Switch hitter bats from the left. Atkins struck him out to begin the night on a curveball. And it was sharp. The 0-1. He tries to bunt his way on, but bunts it foul over to Bortnick, who waits on deck. Not exactly in the on-deck circle. He's about halfway between home plate and said circle, but it's not exactly something that they enforce. Sanford has batted .345 against York coming in. He leads the league in steals with 13, 4 ahead of anybody else. 0-2, and that misses high. He's got 7 of his 13 against York. Revs really struggled to get him out in the early season meetings, and then he took advantage. There's the 1-2. Breaking ball missed down and away. Revs all time, 10 games above 500 against Lancaster. Just 1 under over here. He deals, and a swing and a foul back. Still 2-2. That fastball at 89 from Atkins. A gray night, but we're in no position to complain with all the rainouts. Pitch Curveball got him again. Swing and a miss. And Mitch Atkins with his third strikeout. Two of those have come on that same pitch, basically corkscrewing Sanford right out of the batter's box.
He's made a lot of good pitches tonight, especially when he has guys down in the count when he's ahead. And that curveball's been exceptional. It's so much easier to throw your breaking pitches when you're ahead in the count because guys are more likely to swing when they're already down.
Here's Bortnick now. First pitch fastball is in tight. Former teammate at Somerset for Mitch Atkins, Tyler Bortnick. They had an interesting exchange here back on May 5th. Atkins had one slip that went behind him. A 1-0, and that missed a little bit high. And Bortnick stared him down, and later when they passed each other, had some words, but might well have been Atkins saying, wasn't trying to hit you. Here's the 2-0. Swinging, he grounds a foul down past Ross Peoples at third. Bortnick did single in the first inning tonight, but was left on. It is 1-0 Lancaster here in the third inning. Bortnick digs back in. It's his second tour of duty with Lancaster. The 2-1, and he grounds it to shortstop. Dent to his right, charges, pumps, fires on the run, and got him in plenty of time to end the inning. Atkins with his first 1-2-3 of the night. And we've played 3, headed to the 4th. Michael with the play-by-play. Revs trail here in Lancaster, 1-0.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with Tropical Shaved Ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small. They can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Revs trail 1-0, top of the 4th inning from the Clip in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Zach Wilson, Michael Burgess, Melky Mesa, 3-4-5 for the Revs in the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors for the Revs. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors for the Barnstormers. Lancaster got its 1 run in the bottom of the 2nd inning when Carlos Garcia scored on a 2-out RBI single from Vladimir Frias. Only run that is scored tonight. It's 1-0 Lancaster. Wilson's first pitch to him is a fastball high and outside for a ball, 1-0. Nate Reed, who's beat the Revs already twice this season, looks good again tonight. He has the lead. His team has 1 run of support for him. Wilson swings through a high fastball there. It's 1-1. Well, Zach coming off an excellent series in New Britain this past weekend. Went 3 for 11. All 3 of his hits were doubles. Drove in 3 runs. Scored 2 and also walked once. Here's the 1-1 from Reed. Hard hit ball up the middle into center field, a base hit. 1 hop on the infield dirt, and it's into center field. Wilson's a leadoff base runner now with no outs, and that puts Michael Burgess at the plate with the man on. Wilson's first hit of the night. Now Burgess, who came into the game hitting .220, he's already 1 for 1 today with an opposite field bloop double. Will look to do some damage against the left-hander Reed. Reed has worked 5 innings in each of his 2 starts against the Revs this season. Now Reed comes set on the mound, checking over on Wilson at first. Pitch to the plate. Burgess takes low, fastball 1-0. 1-0 Lancaster, top of the 4th inning. Game 1 of a 3-game set here between the Revs and Barnstormers. 3rd series meeting of the season between these 2 teams. The Revs have won 4 of the first 7. Now Reed comes set. Checks first. Here's the pitch to the plate. Fastball outside corner for a strike. It's 1-1. Burgess checked his swing, was tempted there but held back. Count 1-1. Burgess tie with Wilson, the man on first base, for a team lead in homers and RBIs. 3 homers, 10 RBI each. Now the 1-1 to Burgess. That one misses well outside, 2-1. Burgess in his last debut beat the shift. The Barnstormers put 3 on the right side of the infield. Tyler Bortnick, the third baseman, was playing shortstop. He was the only man on the left side, and Burgess went the other way. A bloop double over the third baseman's head where the third baseman normally would be. Now Burgess sends one out of play, foul, 2-2. Burgess had a pretty solid series in New Britain. He went 3 for 10, drove in 2 runs. Had a 2-hit game in that 9-0 win in Game 2 on Sunday. Scored 2 runs and walked once. Now the 2-2 pitch from Reed. Fly ball center field. Sanford froze. Now he backs up on it a couple steps in left center. He's under it for out number 1. Wilson retreats to first. That'll bring up Melky Mesa. Burgess flies out to center. He's 1 for 2. And here's Mesa, who has only played, this being his 6th game of the season, has only played in 5 previously. Has spent a majority of the season on the DL. Made his season debut actually against Lancaster on April 28th this year. Doubled and scored a run and exited the game with a hamstring pull. Didn't rejoin the team in the lineup until last Tuesday against Somerset. First pitch from Reed. He swings and fouls one back. Well, coming into today, the Barnstormers had not retired Melky Mesa this year. 1 hit and 1 at bat. I mentioned that double. He flew out to right field his first time up. 1-0 Lancaster lead, top of the 4th. 5 combined hits in the game. The Revs have 3 of them, but they trail in this one. Wilson leads off first. He singled to start the inning. The 0-1 to Mesa, taken inside for a ball, 1-1. A dreary day here in Central PA. Haven't seen sun in quite some time. It's just a gray, blank sky. No cloud cover, just gray in the outfield. Reed looks at first, now comes to the plate out of the stretch. The 1-1 swung on and missed. A good changeup there from Reed. It's 1-2 on Mesa. Nate Reed, this is his 5th start of the season, technically his 5th, really his 4th, because he was credited with a start that he didn't in a game that he didn't throw a pitch in a few starts ago. The 1-2 to Mesa, inside for a ball, back to even at 2-2. Darryl mentioned it earlier, but what was technically 2 starts ago for Nate Reed, he did not throw a pitch in the game. He was announced as the starter, threw his warm-up tosses. Tarp came on the field, 2-hour rain delay, and after that he didn't come back in. So he got credit with the start, but still didn't throw a pitch. The 2-2 to Mesa, swings and lifts one in the air, right field, but that'll get out of play, foul. Giving chase was Blake Galen in right, but well into the seats. How about that? You get credit for pitching in a game and getting a start when you don't even throw a pitch. I mean, baseball just works that way. But in the 3 games that he's actually thrown a pitch in, he's gone 5 innings in each of them. He's won 2 of them. Or he's won all 3, excuse me. 2 of them were against the Revs. The 2-2 to Mesa. Low in the dirt. He checked his swing. They'll appeal down, and they won't appeal. It's the home plate umpire, Manolo Alejandro, saying that Mesa went around. A strikeout victim is Melky, and he's out number 2 in the inning. After the Wilson leadoff single, Burgess flew out to center. Mesa then just struck out swinging, and now Wellington Dotel will get a shot with 2 down and a man on first. 1-0 lead for the Barnstormers in the top of inning number 4. Wellington steps in the right-handed batter's box with that open stance. No batting gloves for him. Takes the first pitch low and inside. A good stop by the catcher, Castile. Ball in the dirt. Count 1-0 on Wellington. Well, Dotel comes in hitting .267, 5 RBI in 9 games. He's the team leader in triples. He has 2 in just the 9 games. He's hit the ball pretty well since coming over from Sugar Land where he started the year. Now the 1-0 to him. That one's inside again. Wellington takes. It's 2-0. 2 outs in the inning. Man on first. 1-0 lead for the Stormers. They got their run in the bottom of the second. Lancaster's won 10 straight. The Revs coming off a win in Game 2 of the doubleheader this weekend. The 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses high and outside. It's 3-0. The Revs, not necessarily a streak. It's not a streak until you really reach 2, but 1 win the Revs are coming off of. Barnstormers, like I mentioned, 10 wins in a row. The Barnstormers have only lost 5 times this year. They've lost 4 times to the Revs. Means the rest of the league has only gotten to Lancaster once this year. Here's the 3-0 to Dotel. Fastball in there, upper half of the strike zone in there. Fastball 3-1. 1-0 Barnstormers, top of the 4th. Zach Wilson still on first base after the leadoff single up the middle. Short lead for him. He's being held on by Terdoslavich. The 3-1 to Dotel. Another take, and that's ball 4. Close on the lower outside corner of the strike zone, but it just missed, says Manolo Alejandro. And that'll push a man into scoring position and put 2 on with 2 outs in the inning. Wilson to second. Dotel up to first. Now Luis Cruz will get a shot with 2 outs. In a similar situation to what he had his first time up in the second inning. After a Burgess leadoff double, Mesa and Dotel were retired. Then Cruz with 2 outs and Burgess still in second. Shot 1 out to right center, but Darian Sanford made an excellent running grab to rob the Revs of a run and rob Cruz of extra bases. So he's 0 for 1. 2 men on for him, though. 2 outs in the inning. Reed looking to get the third. First pitch to Cruz. Fastball as he fouls it back. 0-1. Tipped it out of the glove of Castile, the catcher. Barnstormers lead at 1-0, top of the 4th. Cruz comes in hitting .283 on the season, 8 RBI. So close to RBI number 9 when he was robbed by Sanford 2 innings ago. Reed checks second. Here's the pitch. Cruz takes for a strike. Fastball upper half of the zone, 0-2. Dotel just walked with 2 outs. Wilson reached base on a single in the inning. Now Cruz at the dish. Awaiting the 0-2 from Reed. Here it is. Swing and a miss. A good-looking pitch there from Nate Reed. And he's through 4 scoreless. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and 2 left for the Revs in the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th inning at the Clip in Lancaster. 1-0 Barnstormers. You're listening on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Brimmer has been York's license and notary specialist since 1969. An approved online messenger for PennDOT, it offers registration and driver's license renewals, online title transfers, money orders, and notary service, all with a friendly staff that guarantees your satisfaction. For more information on Brimmer's convenient hours and fast service, call 717-699-1060 in York or visit them on the web at brimmers.com. Brimmer Fast Licensing and Notary Service with 4 convenient locations in York and Lancaster.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA home insurance.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
One 0 Barnstormers, bottom of the fourth inning. Mitch Atkins out for another inning of work. He's looked pretty good through 3 innings. He's given up just the 1 run, which came with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. He had 2 outs and no one on in that inning and walked Carlos Garcia. Garcia stole second, and Vladimir Frias singled him home. So 2-out walk there, hurting Mitch Atkins, and it's the difference in the ballgame right now as Blake Galen steps in the left-handed batter's box to lead off the bottom of the fourth. His team up 1-0 on the Revs. Galen in the 3-hole, then Terdoslavich and Trayvon Robinson, 3-4-5 for the Barnstormers. Atkins' first pitch of the innings, a strike over the outer half of the plate. It's 0-1 on Galen. Galen, 22 RBI this season. He's hit 3 long balls. Average at 357 coming in. He's 0 for 1 tonight. The 0-1 to him. Breaking ball that misses low and skips by Cruz, 1-1. Revs out hitting the Barnstormers in this one 3-2, but down in the run column 1-0. 1-1 the count on Blake Galen. Atkins from the windup, the pitch. Good change up there on the outside half of the plate. Galen out in front, it's 1-2. Well, Mitch has done a good job mixing his breaking pitches so far tonight. The curveball, changeup, if you want to call it a breaking pitch, and the cutter has been good too. There's a pitch on the outer half that misses low and outside, 2-2. Cutter and changeup, not breaking pitches, but secondary pitches, I should say. And those two have looked good as well. The curveball's been great. He's picked his spots with it. There's a strikeout with it last inning. Now Galen steps back in the box with the count 2-2 on him. Atkins takes the sign from Cruz. Out of the windup, here it is. Curveball, outside corner, strike 3. He goes back to the deuce. He gets another punch out, his 3rd of the night, and he has out number 1 here in the 4th. That's strikeout number 4 for Atkins, not 3. Galen's now been rung up twice. First time he went down was swinging. So he's 0 for 2. Atkins has had his number tonight. Here's Joey Terdoslavich, 0 for 1, flew out to right field in the first inning. 20 RBI for Terdoslavich on Galen's tail, right there for the team lead. First pitch he sees, he swings and chops one foul over by the Stormers' dugout, first base side, 0-1. 1 down in the inning, no one on. 1-0 lead for the Stormers, bottom 4. Terdoslavich had a 2-homer game against the Revs in the last series these two teams played. The 0-1 from Atkins, misses way outside. 1-1. The 2-homer game from Terdoslavich was in the Barnstormers' 13-5 win. That was against Mitch Atkins in game 1 of that series. There's the 1-1 to Joey, misses inside, 2-1. Terdoslavich, a guy who's spent parts of 3 Major League seasons with the Atlanta Braves, spent some time in the NL East where now the 2-1. One's in for a strike. Spent time in the NL East where Ross Detweiler spent almost his entire Major League career. Detweiler started game 2 of the doubleheader on Sunday for the Revs. Mitch Atkins, a guy who's pitched in the NL, but that was in the Central in his career. Pitched parts of 2 seasons with the Cubs. 2-2 to Terdoslavich. Ground ball chopped over by the Barnstormers dugout. Remains 2-2. Terdoslavich has been excellent defensively for the Barnstormers this season, on top of hitting .274 coming in. Struggled early on, but then really got going in the second series meeting between these two clubs. He's been hitting well ever since. The 2-2 from Atkins misses high, and the count runs full. No one on, 1 down in the inning. Atkins got Galen looking on strikes to start the frame. 1-0 lead for the Barnstormers, home half of the 4th. Atkins takes the sign from Cruz. Here's the payoff pitch to Turdosevich, and he misses outside. Ball 4. Turdosevich will toss the bat, toss the elbow guard, toss the shin guard, and head down to first. He'll be a one-out base runner for Trayvon Robinson. Another case where he's ahead of Turdosevich in the count, then ended up losing him. So Joey goes down to first. That's walk number 2 on the night for Atkins. And Atkins has only allowed 4 base runners tonight, but the problem was that 2 of them came in 1 inning and 1 of them produced another run. 1-0 Barnstormers. Robinson digs in. Check swing foul ball into the netting down the third base line. Count 0-1. Trayvon Robinson quietly hitting .317 coming into today. At one point he was in the top 5 in the league in walks drawn. No longer is, but having a nice season at the plate. Atkins looks back Turdosevich. Wilson, the first baseman, holding him on. Casilla and Dent at second and short up the middle, pinching toward the bag, playing for 2. Big hole between first and second. The positions, that is. Cuevas off the line at third. Now a chopper to Wilson at first. He backhands it, thought about second, but now an underhand flip to first, and Atkins wasn't ready for it. The ball hits off of Mitch Atkins' side, and everybody's safe. Turdosevich up to second. He made a turn, but then stopped there. And safe at first is Trayvon Robinson. We'll see what they score that. Well, they do call it an error. Wilson fielded the ball on the slow grounder backhanded. He thought about going to second, realized he had no play. It looked like he slipped a little bit, and then flipped to first base underhand. Atkins, who was covering, he was on the bag. His foot was on the bag, but for some reason wasn't ready for the throw, and that goes down as an error. It's going to be an error on the first baseman, Zach Wilson. Well, the error is going to be on Atkins. So the error charged to Mitch, wasn't ready for the throw. Now first and second for Ryan Castile. First pitch he sees is a strike, 0-1. So an E1 down in the book. Instead of 2 outs and a man on second, we've got 1 out and runners at first and second. Here's Castile, popped out to Casilla at second his first time up. Atkins comes to the plate. Fly ball left field and deep. Dotel giving chase, still going back. And that ball is not coming back. A 3-run home run for Ryan Castile, his 5th of the season. And the Barnstormers tack on to their lead. It's now a 4-0 game in the bottom of inning number 4. A high fly ball that just kept carrying. Dotel, who was playing average depth in left field, drifted back on it, kept going, and the ball just drifted over the wall straightaway left field. Ryan Castile has another home run, giving him 5 on the season. Well, at least one of those runs is going to be unearned, as Trayvon Robinson should not have been on base. Doesn't matter on the scoreboard, though. It still counts for 3 runs. It's now 4-0 Lancaster. Mitch Atkins running into a little trouble here. Only 1 out in the inning. Here's Carlos Garcia, the switch hitter. Shows bunt. Takes a strike, pulling back instead. Castile has hit the ball well this season. Came in with the average around 280. And now with the home run has 17 RBI this season. The 0-1 from Atkins to Garcia, down. That one's down, it misses. 1-1.
Yeah, one of those unearned, Michael, but you wonder, was Mitch upset with himself and still thinking about the mistake at first base, which could have led to the mistake over the plate.
Atkins back on the mound. Out of the windup, the 1-1 to Garcia. Off the hands, fouled back to the netting, 1-2. 4-0 Lancaster, bottom 4. And the 3-run home run for Ryan Castile is his 5th of the season. He's now tied for 2nd in the Atlantic League in home runs with 5. David Washington of Long Island and Albert Cordero of Sugarland each have 5. The leader is Courtney Hawkins with Sugarland. He has 6. The Barnstormers continue to pound the baseball. Garcia fouls one out of play down the left field line. Count remains 1-2. Atkins struck out Blake Galen looking for the first out of the 4th, and he looked like he was going to cruise through the inning. Got ahead of Tardasovich, then fell behind and eventually walked him. Then the error to Trayvon Robinson's grounder, and the home run. A 1-2 pitch to Garcia. Off the hands, chopper over to first. Wilson has it, and there's going to be no play at first. Wilson bobbles it over at first. Would have been a tough play to get the speedy Garcia, even if he had fielded it cleanly. So they might score that an infield single. We'll take a look after the scoreboard shows it. But either way, safe at first is Garcia. He's there as a 1-out base runner.
As another really good pitch from Atkins, really got in on Garcia's hands. Unfortunate. Another play where could have had an out and didn't get one. He's made so many good pitches tonight, but really it's one mistake that has this game 4-0 instead of 1-0.
Move over to first, diving back safely is Garcia. The error goes to Wilson on the bobble. They do give it an error, not a hit. 2 errors in the inning now, Atkins, then Wilson. The Revs realistically could be out of this inning, or should be, I can even go as far as saying. Another move over to first, and diving back again is Garcia. The tag from Wilson not in time. 4-0 Barnstormers, bottom of the 4th. Ryan Castile's 3-run homer to left has broken this thing open a bit. Now Atkins peers in at Cruz. Takes the sign, agrees with it. First pitch to Frias. Swings and lifts one over our heads in the press box for a foul ball, 0-1. Garcia looked like he was thinking about a stolen base opportunity there. Got a big secondary lead. Count 0-1 on Frias. Frias plated the first run of the game for the Barnstormers, an RBI single with 2 outs in the second, and he sent home the man who's on first right now, Garcia. Garcia already a stolen base in this game. Atkins has already moved over twice to keep an eye on him. Now time is called. Frias called for it. Oh, 0-1 the count on Vladimir. Garcia takes off for second. No throw down from Cruz. The ball popped out of his hand as he tried to make the transfer. Stolen base number 2 on the night for Garcia. He's 2 for 2 in that department. The pitch was a strike to Frias. Frias showed bunt, but then pulled back right away. More so as just a decoy. Not like he was actually going to attempt to drop a bunt down. And now man in scoring position with 1 down. Barnstormers already up 4 in this game. 0-2 count on Frias. And the pitch to him. Curveball right there, but no strike 3 call. I'm not sure where that one was, Daryl, but it looked pretty dang close.
Yeah, he hasn't had a very good night back there.
Well, the Revs have had some complaints with Manolo Alejandro tonight, both at the plate and in the field. Atkins steps off and motions towards second. No throw, but he gets Garcia to dive back. Now Garcia retakes his lead at second. 1-2 count on Frias, who probably should have been rung up there. Atkins checks second. Garcia takes off for third. The pitch swung on and fouled off. And Frias looks like he fouled that one off his foot. He came up wincing in pain. And a big break right there for the Revs is if Frias had laid off that pitch, Garcia would have walked to third. Garcia now 5 stolen bases on the season. He's only been caught once. Pretty good percentage right there. So he's back to second. 1-2 the count on Frias. 4-0 lead for the Barnstormers, bottom 4. It's been a lengthy bottom of the 4th. On another dark and rainy night, not raining, but it's been a rainy day, rainy night here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Atkins checks second. The 1-2 to Frias. High and inside, 2-2. Atkins honestly has pitched a very good game so far. ran into trouble with the 2-out walk in the second. One bad pitch in the inning to Castile. Maybe not even a bad pitch, just a ball that was hit well. Garcia takes off for third again. Curveball outside corner misses. Garcia 3 for 3 in stolen bases tonight. And the Barnstormers continue to wreak havoc on the base pass. Man on third. And still only 1 out in the inning. 2-2 the count to Frias.
Well, they threw over on him first chance when he had reached base, but since then, he's had no fear of being timed or anything. He's getting little side shuffles going and then taking off.
Now the infield comes all the way in for the Revs. The 2-2 grounded right to Dent at shortstop. Garcia won't be able to go home. Throw to first. And Vladimir Frias is retired. 2 outs in the inning. Bringing in the infield in works just as planned. The ground ball hard hit right at Dent. And Frias can't bring the run home with the drawn in infield. Now the Revs move back all the way around the infield. Well, not necessarily all the way back. The third baseman, Cuevas, is about even with the bag at third, off the line. First baseman, Wilson, about a step behind the bag and off the line, with the speedy Rico Noel now at the plate. Man on third, that's Garcia. 2 outs in the inning. Breaking ball misses low and outside to Rico. It's 1-0. Revs looking to get through this fourth. It's been a rough inning for them out there. Atkins gave up a 3-run home run on a ball that just kept carrying to left field. Off the bat of Ryan Castile. Right-handed hitting Noel steps out of the box, now back in. Garcia reached on an error, stole second, stole third. He's there right now with 2 outs. The 1-0 to Noel. Breaking ball again low and outside. It's 2-0. Getting Frias to ground up to short was a big out number 2 to limit the damage. Revs hoping they can keep it at just 3 runs in the inning. Atkins now kicking some dirt around in front of that rubber. 2-0 the count on Noel. Here's Mitch's pitch. That one misses high and outside. It's 3-0. Atkins in danger of walking a third batter on the evening. Just trying to make it through 4 innings at this point. The Revs have bullpen action. It looks like the newcomer Pat McCoy is loosening up. He has yet to pitch in a Revs uniform. Joined the team for the last series in New Britain. The 3-0 to Noel. In there for a strike inside corner. Well, Mitch has needed to throw a lot more pitches than he would have liked in the inning. One of the errors was made by him, the other by Zach Wilson. And then he had to throw more pitches than he wanted to Vladimir Frias. Now Noel fouls one off, and he had to do that to Frias because it looked like he dropped a curveball in for strike 3 on Vladimir, but Manolo Alejandro thought otherwise. So Mitch has had to labor more than he should have. Now 3-2 the count with 2 down in the inning. Man on third. 4-0 lead for Lancaster, bottom 4. Atkins looking to get out of the fourth. Takes the sign from Cruz, comes set, checks third. The payoff pitch. Hard hit ground ball up the middle. Dent dives, he can't get to it. A base hit up the middle for Rico Noel. Another run comes in to score, an RBI single. Carlos Garcia scores his 2nd run of the night. And it's a 4-run inning for Lancaster. They lead it 5-0.
Well, and all this speed, it doesn't matter if these guys don't get on base, but Lancaster has had the perfect formula for their start. Their speed guys have been hot. Noel's been the hottest. Another hit for him, and like you said, a lot of pitches this inning for Atkins.
Back to the top of the order. Here's Darian Sanford. Noel takes off for second. Chopper to second. Casilla has it. Throws off balance to first. Not in time. That's another ball that could be scored a hit or an error. Casilla bobbled it a little bit at second. Would have been a tough play either way with how well Sanford runs from the left batter's box. And he's safe at first.
Yeah, I don't think Alexi got a great look at it with Noel running right in front of him. And again, they waste no time. They get a lead, and they are trying to set a league record for steals this year. That's one of their goals, running right away.
Here's Tyler Bortnick, man on first and second. Double steal try here. Throw down to third, not in time. And 2 more stolen bases for the Barnstormers. They have 5 on the night, and we're only in the 4th inning. They did credit Darian Sanford with an infield single on the grounder he hit out towards second. And forget about first and second. It's second and third now for the Stormers with Bortnick at the dish. Bortnick 1 for 2 tonight with a single. The pitch from Atkins, swing and a miss there. It's 0-2. Atkins dropped a nice curveball into Bortnick on the first pitch of the AB. Cruz had no chance trying to throw down to third. Both base runners got great jumps. Picking the spots to run in tonight. Second and third, 2 outs, 0-2 count on Bortnick. 5-0 Lancaster lead, bottom 4. Now time is called by Tyler Bortnick. Bortnick, the 9th man to hit in the inning for the Barnstormers. So unless somebody gets picked off to end the inning or caught stealing, they will have batted through the lineup. Atkins taking his time on the hill. Now he steps off. Seems like he's not on the same page with Cruz. Now gets back on the rubber. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. 2 men in scoring position. Pitch to the plate. Low and inside for a ball, 1-2, and the inning continues.
Well, you can sense the frustration because he's made so many good pitches tonight. He's looked a lot better out there, and now he's down 5-0. And now it's just trying to get through this inning with the pitch count this inning having exploded on him.
The 1-2 to Bortnick. Curveball misses just inside. Count goes to 2-2. $5-0 Lancaster lead, home half of the 4th. 4 runs in this inning. Not over yet. The 2-2 to Bortnick. In the center field, a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Sanford being waved home. It's a 6-run inning for the Barnstormers. They lead 7-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. The bleeding won't stop, and now Mark Mason out of the dugout. It looks like the end of the line for Mitch Atkins. Blake Galen is the next batter due up. He's made an out in this inning. And that will be it for Atkins. So Galen due up when Pat McCoy finishes up his warm-up tosses. He'll be the 10th man to hit in the inning. We'll take a quick break here on the broadcast. It's 7-0 Barnstormers. They have 6 runs this inning. And when we come back, we'll tell you about the new pitcher, Pat McCoy. Don't go anywhere. You're listening on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Have you heard? Royal Farms has gotten the national culinary recognition it deserves. Yeah, in Food and Wine magazine's article, 10 gas station foods across the country that are worth the detour, they put Royal Farms' world-famous chicken at the top of the list. Well, we've always known that Royal Farms has the best fried chicken, but now the whole world knows. So hurry into a Royal Farms to pick up some of their nationally recognized world-famous chicken before the world beats a path to their door. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast.
If you own a tractor-trailer business, then you know the cost of having your rig down instead of on the road. Rivers Truck Center in Red Lion keeps your trucks on the road by providing a one-stop shop for all your trucking needs. Rivers handles full-service truck sales and carries a full line of parts for all makes and models, has their own full-service collision center, and provides 24-hour emergency towing and roadside assistance. Check out riverstruck.com for more info. There's a reason Rivers Truck Center has been in business for over 40 years. They really do care.
It is easy being green. In York County, trash is safely managed at a waste-to-energy facility where it is used as fuel to produce electricity. The electricity generated from trash is enough to power 20,000 homes. That's enough to light the entire city of York. Learn more at www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, First in York, First in Sports.
Back here on the broadcast on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. 7-0 Barnstormers lead. They've scored 6 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mitch Atkins' night is over after 3 2/3. He's Surrendered 7 runs. Not all of them earned. We'll get the final totals on that hopefully next inning. But right now, Pat McCoy into the ballgame trying to get the final out of the 4th inning, making his Revs debut right here to face the left-hander Blake Galen. McCoy comes set, checks the runner on first. Pitch to the plate. Fastball in there for a strike. Good pitch there from McCoy, who joined the Revs for their series in New Britain. He did not make an appearance in that series, so this is his team debut and season debut in the Atlantic League. Pitched last season with Southern Maryland as a starter. Started this year in Mexico. The 0-1 to Galen. Ground ball to first base on 1 hop. Wilson has it, and the inning is over. So Blake Galen makes 2 outs in the inning, but his team puts up 6 runs doing the heavy lifting. Lancaster sends 10 men to the plate. They score 6 times. They lead at 7-0 after 4. We go to the top of the 5th. We'll see if the Revs can get into this dent at all. So we head to the top of the 5th next on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car, brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Chang Choi, athletic trainer of the York Revolution. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the 5th inning from Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster. 7-0 Barnstormers. Jose Cuevas leads off the inning. He takes a strike, 0-1. Cuevas, Dent, and Spoon. 8-9-1 for the Revs, who gave up a 6 spot in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mitch Atkins removed after 3 2/3. Pat McCoy got the final out of the 4th. Now Reed misses outside with that one, 1-1. Nate Reed back out on the mound, had to wait a while in between his last inning. He's thrown 4 scoreless innings tonight. Now Cuevas breaks his bat, shatters it actually, and that's a softly hit ground ball down the first baseline foul. It's 1-2. So he'll get some new lumber. The bat actually did not snap in 2 pieces, but essentially shattered there. You can tell from the sound. So Jose will get a new bat. 1-2 the count on him. Nate Reed looking to throw his 5th scoreless inning of the night. He'll need to get through this 5th to qualify for the win. And right now he has 7 runs to work with. His team leads 7-0. The Barnstormers got 6 runs in the bottom of the 4th. 3-run home run from Ryan Castile started the scoring. Rico Noel an RBI single. Tyler Bortnick a 2 RBI single. The 1-2 to Cuevas. Inside, misses, 2-2. Cuevas hitting .214 this season in limited time. He's spent a majority of his season on the disabled list. He was with Melky Mesa on the DL for quite some time. Now the 2-2 from Reed. Missing way inside, ball 3, and the count runs full. Cuevas a pretty solid series in New Britain. Only played in one of those games, but went 2 for 4 and drove in 2 runs with a single in that game. Drove in the first 2 runs of the 9-0 win in Game 2 of the doubleheader on Sunday. Cuevas now in his 9th pro season. The 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, he checks his swing. The pitch is outside for a ball. Cuevas works a walk and sees 6 pitches in the process. A great job by him in the leadoff spot in the inning. Brings up the 9-man Ryan Dent.
Yeah, that was one of the better plate appearances of the night for the Revs, and it comes after a deflating inning. And you think about how easily this game could have been quite a bit different. Revs had a chance to score in the second. Even in the third inning, you could make that argument. They did not. Then all of a sudden give up the big inning.
First pitch to Dent is a fastball right down the heart of the plate for a strike. 0-1. The big innings have hurt the Revs this season. A 6-run bottom of the 4th for the Barnstormers in the last half inning. It's the 3rd most runs a team has scored against the Revs in an inning this year. The 0-1 to Dent in there for a strike. He tried to lunge out of the way, but pitch catches the inside corner. 0-2. 7-0 lead for the Barnstormers, top of the 5th. The Revs looking to cut in and make a dent any way they can. Ryan Dent at the plate. Cuevas a short lead off first, being held on. Big hole between first and second. The 0-2 to Dent. Curveball misses low and outside, 1-2. The Barnstormers have handed the Revs 3 of the 4 most lopsided innings against them this season. They scored 11 in the 6th inning on April 28th, did Lancaster against the Revs in a 14-4 win. They scored 5 in the 1st inning on May 4th here, and they scored 6 tonight in the 4th inning. Dent takes low and inside, 2-2. Barnstormers also have a 4-run inning against the Revs. That was also on May 4th. So this now the 4th time that the Barnstormers have scored 4 or more runs in an inning against the Revs this season. 2-2 the count on Dent. Man on first is Cuevas. No outs in the inning. The pitch to Ryan misses way inside, almost clipped his jersey, and the count runs full. Second straight batter that has drawn a full count against Nate Reed, the starter for the Stormers. Both times Reed's been ahead in the count. 3-2 the count to Dent. Cuevas is still a short lead off first. The payoff pitch. Popped up in the air, shallow right field. Dent slams the bat down. It'll be the right fielder, Blake Galen, calling off Rico Noel, the second baseman, and Galen makes the catch in shallow right center field for out number 1. Cuevas back to first, and now back to the top of the order, Travis Witherspoon. Dent visibly upset with himself for popping up the 3-2 pitch, especially with no outs and a man on, so he heads back to the dugout. Witherspoon's 0 for 2, struck out swinging twice tonight. Spoon is now struck out in every game this season. That streak continues. The first pitch to him, low and inside for a ball, 1-0. With Jared Mitchell getting the off night tonight, Travis Witherspoon now the only Revolution position player to play in and start every single game. Spoon's 20th game of the season. He's made all 20 starts in center. Now the 1-0 to Spoon. Takes that one low for a ball, 2-0. So Reed, finding the strike zone has not been easy for him in the inning. He's thrown more balls than strikes. But no damage right now. His team up 7-0 in the top of the 5th. Pitch to Spoon. Chopper foul down the third base line. The count goes to 2-1. Witherspoon's bounced around the lineup. Spent most of his time in the 9-hole. He's been slotted in the 9-hole 10 times this season. He's hit 8th once. He's hit second 8 times. And now his first game in the leadoff spot this season. 2-1 the count on Spoon. Cuevas off of first. Reed takes his time, now the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike, it's 2-2.
Travis hasn't been happy with probably at least one call in every at-bat tonight. He wasn't And I guess there's a chance he was upset with himself there, but it looked to me like he was upset with the call again.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Reed. Fought off over the netting on the first base side. The count remains 2-2. Spoon does a good job staying alive there. And for the 3rd straight batter, Reed has run a deep count, this time 2-2. 3 ball counts in the first 2 batters of the inning. Cuevas walked, then Dent popped up. Reed looks at first. The 2-2 pitch again. In the dirt, Spoon checked his swing, appeal down to first, no swing, says Mario Rosas. And the count runs full, so 3 straight 3 ball counts. So the pitch count for Nate Reed getting up there. Got to imagine Reed wants this win tonight. If he can get through 5, he'll qualify for it. His team up 7-0 right now in the top of the 5th. That in part thanks to a 6-run bottom of the 4th. The payoff pitch to Spoon, chopped foul, and he stays alive. Alexi Casilla waiting on deck. We'll see if he can do it with 2 men on base, if Spoon can reach, draw a walk, or find a way to reach via a hit here. Reed 3-0 on the season. Came in with a sub-2 ERA. It was at 180. It's gone down even more tonight. The 3-2 pitch to Spoon. Hard hit chopper. Base hit into left field past the diving Bortnick. Travis Witherspoon has a base hit. First and second now for the Revs with 1 out. Alexi Casilla will get a shot with 2 men on.
Well, you can say now the Revs have probably had their 2 best plate appearances this inning. Cuevas battling to get on with the walk, and that was a terrific battle from Witherspoon to get that base hit. Nate Reed's had to work a little bit harder this inning, and perhaps the long layoff in his own dugout got him out of rhythm a little bit, but he was very efficient early in the game, so there's no danger of his outing being cut short as of yet. Still good, though, to see the Revs put forth a threat here right away.
7-0 Stormers, top of the 5th. Revs threatening, though. Men on first and second. Here's Casilla. Line drive into center field. Sanford racing on. He makes the grab. Spoon forgot how many outs there were. He got off of first, but he'll get back to first safely. The throw gets away, and going from second to third is Cuevas. A lot of things happening on that play. Spoon was bailed out on his bad base running move there because the throw from Sanford from center field back to Tardasovich at first was way offline. It skipped past him. So Spoon, off the bat, you figured he was just going to get easily doubled up. I think he thought there were 2 outs because he ran right away. Cuevas went back to second. Spoon took off for second. Spoon got back sliding safely, and when the ball skipped by Tardasovich, Cuevas went from second to third. A broken play ends up working out in the Revs' favor. They get a man to third base. Now Zach Wilson up with runners at the corners and 2 down. It's a weird play overall right there.
Yeah, you can play some circus music on that one.
Here's Wilson, 1 for 2 on the night. Singled his last time up. Swings at the first pitch, pops one out of play foul down the first base side. 0-1. Did you get a whiff of that funnel cake that just came by the booth?
Just thinking that. It's better than anything I got with my voucher.
0-1 the count on Zach Wilson. Tie for the team lead with 10 RBI. 273 coming into today. The 0-1 from Reed, way inside. A breaking ball misses 1-1. 7-0 lead for Lancaster. They scored 6 of their 7 in the bottom of the 4th. The other run came in the bottom of the 2nd. Now Nate Reed looking to get through the 5th. He's worked 4 2/3 so far tonight. Shutout baseball. The Revs threatening, though. Runners at the corners and 2 down. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Wilson laces one to deep center field, but Sanford is right there. A few steps over in the right center. Makes the grab, and the inning is over. Wilson hits it hard, but right at Sanford. And the Revs threaten. They leave 2 in the inning. They did get a hit. Another man reached on a walk. No runs, though. We've played 4.5. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 7-0 lead for the Barnstormers. Don't go anywhere. You're listening on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
You know, something funny happens when people buy their dream home. They can both look at the same thing and see it in an entirely different way. He sees a man cave, while she sees an art room.
Hi, my name is Ryan Scott with J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, and this has become a common theme from our happy customers. With our competitive rates, quick process, and close-on-time guarantee, why would you choose another mortgage company to finance your dreams? Call us today at 855-JGW-LEND so we can get you on your path towards home ownership.
J.G. Wentworth Home Lending will take care of all the details of purchasing your home so you can focus on what to do once you move in. You know, will that great backyard be a beautiful garden? Or a beautiful new pool? Yeah, that's one detail we'll leave up to you. Call 855-JGW-LEND today. Mortgage loans offered by J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, LLC. 3550 Commission Court, Woodbridge, Virginia. NMLS ID 2925. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Equal housing lender.
Okay, John, shelves are stocked.
So are the new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
Like Word Search, with top prizes of 20 grand.
Yep, winning's never been faster.
Not faster than me clearing these shelves.
Dude, I hope you're even faster at restocking.
Yeah.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Seven 0 Lancaster, bottom of the fifth. Pat McCoy out for his first full inning. He got the final out of the bottom of the fourth in relief of Mitch Atkins. His first pitch of the inning was a ball outside to the switch hitting Joey Turdoslavich. Turns around to the right side. Turdoslavich, Robinson, Castile, 4-5-6. Now McCoy comes set, works exclusively out of the stretch. There's a one hopper out to Wilson at first, knocks it down, steps on the bag over at first. And there's one down in the inning. So 2 pitches and an out for Pat McCoy. He's retired each of the first 2 batters he's seen tonight. Here's Trayvon Robinson.
Pat's going to be a quality pickup. They got into the big leagues with Detroit earlier in his career, and a versatile guy, as we talked with Mace pregame, and right now he's in the bullpen, but they're going to determine if they want another lefty in the rotation when they go to 5-man. Grote's obviously an option as well.
Here's the switch hitting Robinson, who swings at the first pitch, takes a big hack, comes up empty, 0-1, pitch on the outside corner. And Mays did mention how he'd like to have a lefty in the rotation. He doesn't have one he has one right now with Detweiler. Other 3 guys right-handed. If not, a good fallback is having 3 in the pen. And he said he can mix and match with Lancaster better now that he has 3 lefties in the pen. So far tonight, it hasn't mattered. Barnstormers a big 7-0 lead here in the top of the fifth, or the bottom of the fifth. The pitch from McCoy misses high. It's 1-1. Darryl, you mentioned that McCoy reached the majors in 2014 with the Tigers. Pitched in 14 games out of the bullpen for Detroit that season. 3.86 ERA in 14 innings of work. Struck out 11 batters. Now a 1-1 count on Robinson. He takes outside there. Low and outside, 2-1. 7-0 Barnstormers, bottom 5. They have 6 hits in the game. The Revs have committed 2 errors. That contributed to the 6-run inning in the fourth. The dust has settled a little bit. Now a chopper out to second. Casilla waits back on it, has it, throws to first. That's out number 2. Robinson retired. 2 up, 2 down for McCoy in the inning. 3 up, 3 down in the game. Now with 2 outs, here's Ryan Castile, who hit a 3-run home run to left field his last time up. Castile brought home the first 3 runs of that 6-run fourth for the Barnstormers. With 1 out in the inning, had runners at first and second, hit a towering shot to left that just kept carrying, got over the wall. Now McCoy will get a chance to face him. First pitch is a strike over the plate. 0-1 the count. So McCoy has come in and done exactly what the Revs have asked for. Stop the bleeding. Get outs and get quick outs. Now the 0-1 coming up to the catcher, Castile. The pitch. Fouled off the end of the bat. Back to the backstop, 0-2. 2 down in the inning, no one on. 7-0 lead for Lancaster. We're only in the bottom of the 5th. Mitch Atkins' night was done after 3 2/3. Gave up 7 runs, 3 earned. It's McCoy's game for now. 0-2 the count on Ryan Castile. The pitch from the lefty McCoy. Fastball right there down the pipe, strike 3. McCoy picks up his first strikeout in a Rev uniform. He's retired all 4 he's faced tonight. A 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th. We've played 5 full. We'll head to the top of the 6th. The Revs trailing 7-0. We'll see what they can do with the bats after this break on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
As you clean it out, keep in mind Community Aid's looking for your lucky leftovers. After you wrap up your yard sale, donate what's left over at your closest Community Aid Drive-Up Donation Center. They're attached to each of Community Aid's incredible thrift stores in our area. Hanover, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Mechanicsburg, and Selinsgrove. Community Aid wants your lucky leftovers to help more than 750 local charities. Learn more at communityaid.net. But don't forget, give your lucky leftovers to Community Aid. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland offers a variety of lesson plans for every budget. Owner Carmen Fusco has 38 years of Major League Baseball experience, and our staff is made up entirely of professional instructors, including Carmen Fusco, Sam Knott, TJ Cronenberger, and Lisa Baker. We offer one-on-one private instruction, camps and clinics, and year-round travel ball programs focused on developing the player. We differ from other facilities because we offer professional instruction with Major League Baseball techniques. We also provide free college placement for our athletes. Conveniently located off I-83 between Harrisburg and York, check out Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland, and go online to FuscoProBaseball.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Hey, this is Jacoby Jones, Super Bowl champ, Dancing with the Stars. If y'all didn't vote for me, it's y'all fault I lost, but you're listening to the radio, WOYK 1350, baby.
Just like Jacoby Jones says, this is WOYK 1350, baby. Michael Marcantonini and Darrell Henry on the broadcast at Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Tough night for the Revs. On both sides of the ball, they trail the Barnstormers 7-0 as we start playing the top of the 6th inning. 4-5-6 for York, Michael Burgess, Melky Mesa, and Wellington Dotel. New pitcher into the game for Lancaster as the Barnstormers infield prepares to shift Burgess. It's Jesus Sanchez, right-hander from a native of Texas. Still working on his hometown pronunciation. Or he's actually native of Virginia. He resides in Texas. Burgess drills one out to right field, and that one's not coming back. Before I could even finish what I was saying, Michael Burgess launches one out to right. First pitch from Sanchez. Sends one into the seats, and everybody just kind of looked up and stopped. So the Revs put one on the board. A little dead noise in the stadium right now. It doesn't necessarily put a dent in the lead, but it's something. The Revs cut into the deficit. It's now a 6-run lead for the Barnstormers. It's a 7-1 game. Burgess is team-leading 4th homer and now 11th RBI of the season. And he stays hot in this park. 3 of his home runs this season have come here at the Clip. Now Melky Mesa. First pitch swing and a line drive into left field, but a racing grab by the left fielder Trayvon Robinson. So 2 pitches, 2 hard-hit balls, a home run, and now a line out.
Yeah, and they had some hard-hit balls against Nate Reed. Nothing to show for it because of defensive plays like the one Robinson just made. Had Sanford make a couple. But Burgess beat the shift, that's for sure.
You can't put a fielder up in the seats. Now a pitch inside to Wellington Dotel. 1-0 the count on Dotel. 7-1 lead for Lancaster now after the Burgess home run as Dotel fouls one back. Revs have hit a bunch of balls hard tonight. They have 3 lineouts in just the last 2 innings combined. So those on, any given day could fall. 1-1 the count on Dotel. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. He's also struck out swinging. And the pitch from Sanchez. Slow chopper down the third base line. Barehanded off-balance throw to first. Not in time. Wellington Dotel legs out an infield single, a swinging bunt. Sanchez did all he could. Hopped off the mound, barehanded it, and in one motion off-balance through to first. On one hop, Tardasovic picked it, held the bag. So all the way around Lancaster in the infield, a good job there. But Dotel demands some credit, legging out the infield single. He picks up another knock, and he's at first base with 1 down for Luis Cruz. Cruz 0 for 2 tonight. Robbed of extra bases back in the 2nd inning. Sanchez looks at first, now to the plate. Fly ball, right field. They had him shaded towards left field, and now racing over is Galen. He can't get there in time. Ball lands harmlessly in foul territory. He ran a heck of a far way to get to that one, probably over 90 feet from where he was playing. Cruz steps out, readjusts his batting gloves. 0-1 the count on Luis. 1 down in the inning, man on first. That's Dotel. Decent lead for him, being held on. Sanchez out of the stretch, comes to the plate. Ground ball to short, this could be 2. Freest to Noel for 1, over to first. It is a double play. 6-4-3, tailor-made twin killing, and the Barnstormers get out of it. But the Revs do strike in the inning. They end the shutout. A solo home run from Michael Burgess to right field makes it a 7-1 game. But that's it. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 7-1 Lancaster here at the Clip. Don't go anywhere. You're listening on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planning your next visit to York? Book your stay at Courtyard by Marriott. Conveniently situated near local businesses, shopping, dining, downtown, and local attractions, Courtyard by Marriott features a state-of-the-art lobby, inviting flexible spaces to work or relax, free Wi-Fi, our well-equipped fitness center, and the bistro offering healthy options and refreshing choices, including Starbucks and an evening bar. Your stay is sure to be more comfortable, productive, and enjoyable than ever before. Courtyard by Marriott, 2799 Concord Road in York. Book your stay at 717-840-7840.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350. WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 6th inning from Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Michael Mark Cantonini and Darrell Henry in the booth. Tough night for the Revs. They trail the Barnstormers 7-1 in Game 1 of this 3-game series. Revs have a 4-3 series lead on the Barnstormers this season. This is the 3rd series meeting of the season between the two clubs. Lancaster comes in on a 10-game winning streak. They are 16-5 on the year. The Revs come in at 10-9. Pat McCoy back out for another inning of work. He's thrown an inning and a third so far tonight. First batter he faces is Carlos Garcia, the switch-hitting DH for Lancaster. He takes a strike, 0-1. 7-8-9 for the Stormers, Garcia, Frias, and Noel. All three have had excellent seasons. All three have had great games here tonight. McCoy's 0-1. Down and away for a ball, 1-1. Garcia has stolen 3 bases tonight. He's scored 2 runs. He's walked and also reached on an error. He's the only Barnstormer to score 2 runs tonight. The Stormers lead by 6. It's 7-1 in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 for McCoy. Breaking ball high and outside corner. Catches it for a strike, 1-2. Each team with 6 hits in the game. The only problem is the Revs have just 1 run. The Stormers have 7. 2 errors in the game for the Revs, 1 for Lancaster. McCoy comes set. The 1-2 to Garcia. Broken back grounder out to short. Dent waits back on it. Has to avoid the bat. Throws to first just in time to get the speedy Garcia. So Carlos Garcia loses a working bat. The Revs get an out. And that one's scary. I mean, Darryl, a barrel flying out. If you're the pitcher, McCoy, that one wasn't back at him, but in the area. And if you're Dent, the shortstop, you got to worry about a ball and a bat coming at you.
Yeah, that's tough. You're trying to focus on the ball, but take a peek to know just where that bat is. And it actually ended up skidding pretty close to his feet. He had the charge just to the right of the bat, or his right. A nice play throwing all arm.
Here's Vladimir Frias now. Takes low and outside, 1-0. This lineup of switch hitters continues to pay dividends for the Stormers. Terdosevich, Trayvon Robinson, Carlos Garcia, and Vladimir Frias all hit both ways, and they've all had solid games tonight. A fly ball, center field. Witherspoon ranging into right center. He's under it in deep right center, makes the grab for out number 2. So Pat McCoy now 2 complete innings on the night. He's retired all 6 batters he's faced, and he's been excellent since taking over for Mitch Atkins.
Yeah, it's a really good night to make a debut with a new team. I mean, McCoy's been to the highest level. He can pitch in any situation, but a night where there's really no pressure coming in, just focus on getting comfortable and making your pitches, and he has done that.
Here's Rico Noel with 2 down and no one on. 7-1 lead for the Stormers, bottom 6. First pitch misses low and inside for a ball, 1-0. McCoy, an excellent team debut for the Revs tonight. I'm sure he and the rest of the team would have liked it to be under better conditions. Came in and had to stop the bleeding in a 7-0 game, but given the circumstances, he's been good. Chopper to third base, and waiting back on it is Jose Cuevas, and nothing he can do about it. The ball hits the third base bag. Cuevas is waiting for it to roll foul. It's an infield hit for Rico Noel. He's a 2-out base runner. That breaks up a streak of 6 straight retired by McCoy. First base runner he's allowed in the ball game. And Noel has hit number 2 on the night. Quiet 2-hit night for Rico Noel, if you can say that. He continues to get that at batting average up, though. Back to the top of the order, Darian Sanford, another switch hitter, make it 5 in the lineup. I missed him earlier. I'll move over to first, and nothing doing there. 5 switch hitters out of the 9 in the lineup for the Barnstormers. Part of the reason why they're giving teams fits this season offensively is you can't get the handed advantage on most guys if you're an opposing pitcher. Man on first, 2 down. McCoy to the plate. Fastball catches the high and outer half. It's 0-1.
One area where it will be smoother for a lefty to face these guys is trying to control that running game.
Running game that the Revs have not controlled too well tonight. Sanford loops one foul past his team's dugout, first base side 0-2. 5 stolen bases on the night for the Barnstormers, 3 of them from Carlos Garcia. Then there was a double steal with Noel on second and Sanford on first earlier. They picked up third and second respectively. And that was 5 stolen bases through just 4 innings. We're now on the bottom of the 6th. 7-1 lead for Lancaster. Runner goes for second. 0-2 pitch misses high. Throw down, not in time. make it 6 stolen bases. Rico Noel has his second bag of the night, and he's in scoring position for Darian Sanford.
And that will tie the most against the Revs in a game in franchise history. That's the third time that an opponent has had 6 in one game.
We're only in the bottom of the 6th. The Barnstormers up by 6 runs. It's 7-1. McCoy looks at second now, trying to get Sanford. Here's the 1-2. In there for a strike. Another punch out for Pat McCoy. 2 on the night, and he's through 2 1/3 shutout innings in relief. So we go to the top of the 7th. It's 7-1 Barnstormers. We'll see what the Revs can do with the bats. Darryl taking back over on the play-by-play. We'll head to the top of the 7th after this commercial break on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Planning your summer vacation? Looking to take care of those long overdue home improvements? Hello, I'm Tara Hauser, Vice President of Marketing at First Capital Federal Credit Union. Make all your dreams come true with a home equity loan from First Capital FCU. For a limited time, take advantage of a 7-year home equity loan of $10,000 or more with an annual percentage rate as low as 3.99%. Visit firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any branch to apply. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, reminding you about natural gas safety.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Out of the 7th inning, 7-1 Lancaster. Lefty John Anderson is their new pitcher. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Anderson in 7 outings, no record, a 1.50 ERA and a save. 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned for the season coming in. And Jose Cuevas will lead things off. First pitch of the inning is fastball inside. It was interesting last inning. The Revs got on the board. Burgess homered on the first pitch. But as aggressive as they were early in counts, and we'll see if that stays the same against somebody else. There's the 1-0. That's inside. Made Cuevas jump down near his feet. And whether that was something with facing Sanchez, or I could maybe see Mace told the guys, you guys are taking too many good pitches. They were up there attacking. 2-0, and there's a fastball over at the knees for a strike. It didn't end the way they hoped. Sanchez got, I think it was a first pitch double play to end the inning, but the home run, a hard hit out, then another base hit, albeit infield. The 2-1, and a swing and a fly ball left center. He got jammed. It's shallow. Look out. Robinson coming in from left. Cuts in front of Sanford to make the grab. Sanford sidestepped him at the last instant. 1 away. Bring up Ryan Dent. Dent tonight, 1 for 2. Laced a single the other way in the 3rd inning. But Nate Reed tonight gave up 4 hits in 5 innings, all scoreless, no more than 1 in any inning. Pitch here to Dennis, swing and a miss on a high, hard one. And conceivably, that 3rd inning where Den singled was one of the Revs' better chances to score. Sounds strange because he didn't get past first base, but the final out of the inning is the 0-1, and it misses down and in as he shifts back. Casilla hit one to first that was hit every bit as hard as Den's, but Turdoslavich reached out and saved what might have been a shot down the line if it would have stayed fair. Here's the 1-1, and a chopper down to third, backhanded along the line by Bortnick. Lengthy throw is on the money. One big hop off the dirt to the third baseman, and that's out number 2 here in the 7th.
The center fielder, number 1, Travis Witherspoon.
Go to the top of the order, and Witherspoon, who's 1 for 3 tonight, struck out his first 2 times, singled his last time up. Jared Mitchell a night off for the first time all season. The lefty starter Reed. Pitch to Witherspoon, he swings, nubs a foul, straight back. And Travis, as we said earlier, he had quite a bit of success in the Revs' leadoff spot 2 years ago. Mitchell hit behind him that year, batting second. Both were mid-season additions. The 0-1, and that's across for a strike. Last year, obviously, Alonzo Harris held that spot down, and Travis last year got off to a slow start, so they kind of eased him back in at the bottom of the order and just stayed there. Here's the 0-2, and that misses way high. A leaping grab by the catcher, Castile. Whereas last year, pretty much everybody in the lineup got off to a slow start, not just Spoon. Anderson ready. Here's the 1-2. And a swing and a chop to deep short. Frias to his right. Quick trigger on the throw, and he bounced it past his first baseman. It stays in play down the line. Witherspoon does not budge towards second. He'll be safe at first, as Frias might have gotten rid of it a little too quickly for his own good. Running away from first base, he transferred and snapped it right away, but bounced it.
A chance for the Revs to take advantage of that play right there. You got a man on with 2 outs that shouldn't be on base, and Alexi Casilla, who is hitless tonight, hit the ball hard and nice piece of hitting his last time up. Got to believe he's due.
First pitch, he swings, bounces it over Anderson's glove, but Frias right there, and he steps on second to end the inning. Casilla topped it, and he bounced it over Anderson's glove, who's 6'2". He kind of mistimed and never did get a leap off, but Frias is there to gobble it up, going right towards second and running through the bag. No runs, no hits, 1 error and 1 left. Stretch time in Lancaster. Barnstormers up 7-1.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
If you are facing retirement decisions, Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group can develop a customized retirement income plan. As specialists in retirement planning, we will guide you on Social Security benefits, 401k and retirement plan rollovers, pension choices, and distribution options. We can explain employer benefit plans and retirement systems such as PESERS and TIA-CREF. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA home insurance.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
Bottom of the seventh, Joe Van Meter comes in. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. He was activated earlier this afternoon. He had been on the DL retroactive to May 11th, which was the first game in which he did not appear. And it had some shoulder soreness, but says that he feels 100%. So he'll be in for the first time since May 9th at Southern Maryland. Tyler Bortnick to lead off, and he swings and fouls the first one away off to the first base side as it caroms across the concourse. 2, 3, and 4 due up. Bortnick tonight 2 for 3, a 2-run single in the fourth, which is the difference-making inning in this one. There's the 0-1, and that misses down and in. It's a 7-1 game, and Lancaster with 6 of those 7 in the fourth inning. 4 were unearned. Not a tough opener thus far to this series for York. Here's the 1-1, and that's across for a strike. Fastball at 88. 7 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for Lancaster. 1 run, 6 hits, 2 errors for York. Tomorrow night at 7 again, then Thursday at 11 a.m. Now the 1-2, and that misses upstairs. Overall for Van Meter, I don't know the number of appearances because he wasn't active today, so they didn't print it out.
It happens.
It's the 2-2, and that misses upstairs. Seventh appearance of the season. And right now in our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report, Frank DiGiulio Jr., the lone man on the DL with his forearm issue. Now the payoff pitch, swinging a line drive toward right center. That's going to get down. Mesa got a glove on it. It trickles up the alley. He picks it up, heaves towards second. Bortnick slides in ahead of it. That'll be a double. Mesa came within a whisker of cutting it off cleanly, but Bortnick is 3 for 4 on the night. And a rude greeting for Van Meter here in the 7th.
Tyler Bortnick, one of the guys on this roster that wasn't hitting around or over 300 yet. He puts up a 3-hit night, and it just seems like up and down this lineup there are no easy outs, and right now that is the case. Guys are feeding off each other and having big games one after another. It's 1 or 2 guys one night, 2 or 3 guys the next night, and that's what it's been right now for Lancaster.
Now Blake Galen. Van Meter the pitch. It's on the outside corner, called strike. Galen, one of the better hitters in league history, one of the best the last several years. And this season, second in the league in RBIs coming in tonight. The 0-1, swings and foul tips it back to the net. Van Meter challenged him right in on the hands. And here in this park, if you're facing a lefty and you want to go in, you better go all the way in and not leave it out over the plate. He did get that ball all the way in. Ahead now 0-2. And the pitch. Fastball missed away this time. Galen, 22 RBIs coming in, 4 off the league lead. Courtney Hawkins of Sugar Land leads. 1-2. And a changeup popped him up. Joe pointing up at it. The infielders come in. It's Cuevas from third to call it, and he will catch it. He called off Dent, who broke off his route and ran over to cover third. Cuevas in from third, handles it a few steps back behind the pitcher's mound, one away.
That's a great pitch there from Van Meter with 2 strikes. Get the change up low in the zone, force Galen to chase, and all he can do is pop it up. And that is one positive tonight. There's been a few, but one of them is the fact that Blake Galen's 0 for 4. He's struck out twice, hit a weak grounder to first, and popped up. So keeping a guy like him off base is a positive to build off of in this series.
Here's Trdoslavich now. He's 0 for 2, does have a walk and a run, though. 7-1 Lancaster. Van Meter the pitch. It's down low, and it snuck off the glove of Cruz, a step behind him, but quickly recovers it. Bortnick stays where he is. The other guy that they've probably done the best against tonight is Sanford. They've struck him out 3 times, but he has reached on an infield hit, which anytime he makes contact, he's got a chance to do that. Van Meter has his sign. And the 1-0, swinging a towering pop-up foul. That'll carry straight back and well out of play. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Sugarland trails at Somerset 2-0 in the 8th. And if that score holds and this score holds, Lancaster would go up 2.5 over Sugarland and 6 over York. And now the 1-1. Check swing. He went, says the plate on Alejandro, on a changeup. That one tumbling downward as it approached. It's 1-2 now. A game that's gone final. The Road Warriors have ended their 12-game skid. A 2-0 win at Long Island tonight. They're now 5-18. Pitch. That misses high and away. Revs are going to need a couple of serious rallies to end the other big streak, which is Lancaster's 10-game winning streak. An 11th straight win would be a new franchise record for them here in their 14th season. Here's the 2-2, and it misses high. Tried to change up again. Full count. New Britain at Southern Maryland postponed tonight. Somerset winning. If they hang on, they will go up 3 games over Long Island, who lost at home to the Road Warriors. The payoff pitch, changeup. He just scratched a foul behind home plate.
That Van Meter changeup has looked really good tonight, the few that he's thrown. Another good pitch there, even though he didn't get an out on it. It got Trdoslavich to go down in the zone and foul one off. And now
time asked for. Cruz trying to get together with Van Meter on the signs he's putting down. They will go through the routine again. Another full count offering, and he bounced it up there, tried to change up again. He did have first base open and was facing their cleanup hitter. So they tried to get him off speed on 3-2, but walked him. But lives to tell another day, or to tell about it and see another day. Face Trayvon Robinson. 7-1 Lancaster here in the 7th. Robinson tonight 0 for 3. Reached on an error and scored in the 4th. Switch hitter bats left, slightly open. Van Meter with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball up in the zone. Robinson fans on it. Mentioned earlier today, Lancaster righty Brooks Hall, signed by the Giants. They say that he's going to one of the single-A levels to make one start and then get moved up. And Somerset had lefty Aaron Laffey picked up by the Mets today. Pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball exploding over the outside corner, 0-2. Laffey is headed to AAA in the Mets system. New Britain signed former big leaguer Matt Tuiasosopo yesterday. Here's the 0-2. And a swing and a miss. He got him with a high fastball. Hey, look at the board. It said 105 miles an hour.
Like to see that. There's been a couple pitches tonight that, looked at high 80s, low 90s that said like 46. But I'll take 105 from Joe Van Meter, fresh off the DL.
No doubt.
He's had a few days to rest, so the velocity will be up there. Triple digits for JVM. How about it? I'll have to tell him about that.
Put it in the game notes.
He threw 105.
It's Ryan Castile, and he misses up and in on him. Well, he said that he felt good, and he does look good here tonight. And that's a good sign. He had a tremendous season last year. Still really trying to get his season started this year. Now ready. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Last year, 4-2 with a 2.57 ERA. And from July 1st on, gave up only 3 earned runs in the second half and then some. 18 straight at one point without any. Here's a swing and a little dribbler in front of the plate. Cruises out, calls for it, fires to first and got him. Cruz coming out on the swinging bunt along the third base line, caught off Van Meter, grabbed it, spun, and threw a dart to first. It's a scoreless inning in Van Meter's return here tonight. Works around a leadoff double, in fact. 1 hit, 2 men left. We go to the 8th, still 7-1 Lancaster.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Remember rushing to the newspaper in the morning to read all about that Revs game from the night before? Was it? Yeah, that was a long time ago. We barely remember that too. Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local sports, and we're taking care of that news void in your life. Get your York Revolution game articles delivered right to your inbox every morning, courtesy of WOYK. Simply log on to YorkRevolution.com and click to sign up to receive daily game recaps right to your inbox. Keep up to date every day as the York Revolution go for another Atlantic League title. We're your source for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great, and to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 8th, lefty Jared Lakin, the new pitcher for Lancaster. His parents, I guess, are two of the folks in front of us tonight. They went wild for his intro. Zach Wilson will lead things off. Lancaster going an inning at a time after Nate Reed went 5. Wilson 1 for 3 on the night. The first pitch to him, swings and bounces a foul over toward Burgess on deck. Lakin, 8 outings, 0-1, a 4.50 ERA. 8 innings, 6 runs, 4 earned. He has struck out 8 and walked 2. He's given up 9 hits. Wilson, Burgess, and Mesa due up. And the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball toward third, and a sliding pick. Bortnick, long throw, bounced on purpose, and he got him by half a step. Another fine play. Hit sharply along the line, but Bortnick, if he didn't go all the way to a knee, he used a hand to keep himself barely up as he reached low to the backhand and made the play.
Another great play by Bortnick. He's looked really good at third today, and like you mentioned, he purposely bounced that throw over to first and bounced it early enough to give Turdosovic a good hop over at first.
And here's Burgess. They will overshift on him. First pitch from the lefty. It's on the outside corner for a strike. Good night for Burgess. 2 for 3 with a double and a solo homer in the 6th. Counting for the Revs' lone run. He's got 2 of their 6 hits. Here's the 0-1, and a breaking ball dives away. He's got their only 2 extra base hits tonight. Home run is 4th of the year, now leading the team by himself in that department. And now the 1-1. Swinging, he lines it hard the other way in left center. Robinson, though, is over, and he reaches out high and hauls it in. And Burgess hit that one on the nose the other way. But Robinson going into the alley, reaches up. And at the last instant had to go a little bit higher. Not really a jump, but had to reach as far as he could.
That ball was scorched again, and for the second time tonight, Burgess going the opposite way. That one a lot more hard hit than the double he had earlier. Just inches away from being his 3rd hit of the night. A nice play by T-Rob in left.
Here is Malky Mesa. 7-1 Lancaster. First pitch, Mesa swings, foul tips it off the top of the net. And it ricochets down into the seats behind home plate. Mesa 0 for 3. He's got one of, let's see, I have 5 lineouts now counted up tonight. Now Lakin with the 0-1. And a swing and a little dribbler toward the third base line. Lakin over, he plants, he fires in the stretch at first. Turdosovic holds the bag, reaching to the backhand. The stretch got him. And another nice play from the Barnstormer defense. This time it's the pitcher who does it. Revs are down in turn in the 8th. We go to the bottom half. Still 7-1 Lancaster.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
What's the simplest, easiest, freest way to get in shape? Walking. That natural walking motion is great for almost everybody, but not every shoe is great for walking.
Flying feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes carries the shoes designed to function best, whether you're out for an invigorating stroll or you're humming along at a serious fitness pace. Walking and fitness shoes that'll do the trick, including a variety of widths and hard-to-find sizes. Walk with name brands like New Balance, Saucony, Brooks, and Accelero. For intense fitness workouts, try shoes from ASICS, New Balance, Rika, Saucony, and 361. Flying Feet's selection is great, and the service is even better. With personal attention many stores are lacking. Some stores sell shoes, Flying Feet fits them. So take life in stride and do it in style with comfortable walking shoes and fitness shoes from the sportswear specialty store without specialty prices. Flying Feet Sports Shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 8th, 7-1 Lancaster. Zach Treese will come on. Pitching change is brought to you by Maple Donuts. And Treese, it's been a rough start to the season, but his last outing a week ago against Somerset was his best one to date.
He was exceptional in that game.
I'm sorry, Sunday against New Britain, Michael.
He was great. The slider was awesome. I mean, he was doing it in a game that was a little out of hand at that point, but I mean, looked really good.
Yeah, the previous Sunday, so I guess 9 days ago. First up is Garcia. He swings and misses. And he gave up one unearned run in that appearance, but all 4 of his outs were strikeouts. And it was that slider that was most impressive, which is the pitch he's known for, so that's a good sign. The 0-1, that dips a little bit low. Garcia, Frias, and Noel here. Treese's 5th appearance. By the way, Pat McCoy tonight, 2 1/3 scoreless, 1 base runner on an infield hit. Here's a breaking ball that kept on running in, and it glances off Garcia. It's a foul tip behind the plate, I guess. Looked like Manolo at first was saying hit batter, but I guess he was saying foul off the bat handle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Van Meter followed with a scoreless 7th inning, his first outing in 13 days. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Another strikeout on the slider from Treese. And he can do that against righties and lefties with that pitch.
That was a great pitch right there. And he got Frias to swing really late, a backdoor slider. And when it's sweeping across the zone like that, you know he's got it working.
No one down. Here is Vladimir Frias. I feel like we're in a constant rave over here. All the dance and techno. I mean, that's his walk-up, but between pitches. First one here is fouled straight back. Bounces down to the front row. Frias 1 for 3 tonight. RBI single in the second. The 0-1. And a backdoor hook. There's a strike from Treese.
That's just a fun pitch to watch Treese throw when he has it working. Starts as a ball, comes back in, straight across the zone.
It's like wiffle ball.
Yeah, it really is.
0-2. And he started it a little bit further out. It broke low. Tomorrow night, Dominic Severino against Steve Johnson. Here's the 1-2. And it's slapped on the ground at third. Cuevas knocks it down, tried to pick up, could not. And Frias will be safe without a play. Tough one there, an in-between hop. Tried to play it off his chest, but never could recover. And the Revs will be charged with their 3rd error of the game.
Off the bat, it looked like that was going to be a tough ball to field for Cuevas, who had to range over a little bit to his left to go get it. And then just not able to pick up the ball with the bare hand once it hit the ground.
The Revs had a stretch where they really were not making any errors, and now here in the last 5 games or so, they've committed more. Here's Rico Noel, and a slider breaks a little low. But it's not an excuse, but I have to think that all of the off days and not taking any infield has something to do with that. I'm sure every team is probably feeling a little bit of that right now. The 1-0. Oh, chin music. Noel hits the deck.
That's close, really close right there. I mean, I'd be shaken up if I was Noel. It took a little while to get up, but you're right. I mean, the fact that they haven't been able to get on the field much lately. I mean, these pro teams, pro baseball players don't need to necessarily take infield, outfield, or batting practice every single day, but it helps to be able to do it 4 out of every 5 and 5 out of every 6. The Revs haven't been able to do that recently.
And Noel took a while to dig back in. The 2-0. And a slider broke right onto the outside corner. There's a beauty. And a called strike. He kind of looked like he took some exception to the previous pitch from Treese. Well, maybe he'll take some exception to that perfect strike. The 2-1. And there's another perfect strike. Slider from one side of the plate to the other. It's 2-2. He is 2 for 3 tonight. He's been his typical pest at the bottom of the order. RBI, run, 2 steals. 1 on, 1 out. Here's the stretch, the 2-2. And a line drive base hit to left. And he is 3 for 4. Up to second goes Frias. Another slider from Treese. This one, though, didn't quite hook all the way to the outer edge. It was a little more middle away when it broke across, and Noel able to reach it.
It's incredible what Rico Noel has done this season in another 3-hit game. And I say a quiet 3-hit game because he's normally at the bottom of the lineup in the 9-hole where he is tonight. And by the time you get to him in a game or in a specific inning, the Barnstormers have already done damage. Like, you look at today, he was the 7th man to bat in the 4th inning, had an RBI single in that inning, but some damage had already been done, so you don't think of him as being the guy who's doing a lot of damage, but he quietly has this season, and it's the reason he's toward the top of the leaderboard in a lot of categories.
Here's Sanford at the top of the order. First one misses away. Noel is leading the league in batting, on base, and slugging despite not having a home run. And he might hit one all year. He's not known for power. Pitch is a breaking ball. That sweeps back for a strike, 1-1.
I mean, between him and Darian Sanford, they might be combined. What do you think? What's their combined weight with those two? They both look like they're 150. I mean, they may be 300 pounds combined.
That's what I was, 300. It's the, oh, nope, Treese a turn and a look back.
But they both find their ways on base.
They would be in the, I guess, the featherweight battles. On the 1-1. And a breaking ball. There's a called strike. Sanford slumps his shoulders. Revs have struck him out 3 times tonight. He is 1 for 4 with an infield hit, a steal, and a run. 7-1 Lancaster here in the 8th. Treese hunches forward looking. He's ready. The 1-2. Swinging a ground ball. Rolled over and through the right side. It's a hit. Frias will be held at third. Malky Mesa guns it in. Cruz has to collapse on a short hop at the plate. But it's another Lancaster hit. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. Of their 10 hits, 8 have been singles now. And here's Tyler Bortnick, who's had a 3 for 4 night with a 2-run single and a double.
Double play ball would be awesome right here. Get the Revs out of the inning. One more chance in the 9th to put up 6 runs. Stranger things have happened, but right now you have to keep it at 6 runs if you're Treese and the Revs. I mean, that double play would be so clutch right now.
And the first pitch, fastball taken low. Lancaster just seems like they've found every hole tonight.
Yep.
And then on the other side, they've taken away every one. It's definitely been a game about their speed and their contact hitting. And they strike out the fewest times in the league. Here's the 1-0. And a little bouncer back to Treese coming in. He'll underhand to the plate. Cruz will throw to first. It is just in time. 1-2-3 double play. On a bounder back in front of the mound. Treese got to it before it hit the ground a second time. And starts the 1-2-3. It's a scoreless 8th inning for him. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left. And we go to the 9th. Last chance for the Revs tonight, trailing 7-1.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
what? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6,000 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car, brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
The York County Solid Waste Authority is a proud sponsor of Go Green Night at the York Revolution on June 9th. The first 2,000 fans through the gate will receive a free eco-friendly cloth shopping tote. We call foul on plastic bags, and you should too. Visit www.ycswa.com for more earth-friendly tips. That's www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great-tasting family tradition.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Head of the ninth, 7-1 Lancaster. I'm more and more convinced that Noel took some exception to the one pitch from Treese. The double play was made, and about 5 seconds after the inning ended, he came sprinting all the way home and almost within brushing distance of Luis Cruz, who had to look back at him. But we move to the ninth, and right-hander Scott Schumann takes over. Wellington Dotel is up first. And here is Schumann's first pitch. Swing and a miss. Dotel goes after a fastball. He is 1 for 2 tonight, a walk and an infield hit, reaching base twice. He's now hit safely in 5 straight. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 94 in the outer half. Revs Baseball brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines, the official transportation provider of the team. Dandy Don is waiting on us. It's the 0-2 to Dotel, and it's a called third strike. He knew it. A cutter that tailed over, 1 away. Michael Burgess, the only run tonight, home run in the 6th inning. That's our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. Jimmy John's now delivers from 3 locations in York, 970 Laux Road, 2058 South Queen Street, and 150 Memory Lane. Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meet. Here's Cruz. First pitch, he swings and misses on a high, hard one at 96. Schumann in 6 games, 5 1/3 innings, 2 runs allowed, 7 strikeouts. No record. There's the 0-1. And a bouncer down toward third. That's foul. Bortnick across to glove it. Got in on Cruz with that fastball. And Schumann throwing gas. I don't know why they've only used him in 6 games so far. Looks pretty tough tonight. He's ready. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball again at 96. And there's 2 down here in the 9th.
It's pretty tough to hit. I mean, elevated fastballs right there. A lot of right-handed hitters like the fastball up, but when it's coming in that hot, first thing is to get your bat around on it. If you can't do that, you're lost.
It's actually the first 2 strikeouts of Revs hitters since the 4th inning. Nate Reed had 6 in the first 4 innings. Here's Jose Cuevas. Revs down to their final out tonight. First pitch, a swing and a foul tip back to the backstop. 7-1 Lancaster. Cuevas 0 for 2 with a walk. Tonight only his 9th game played. Couple of hits on Sunday, got him up over 200. Here's the stretch from Schumann. And the 0-1. And that's up high. Cuevas leaves it. We will be on again tomorrow night at 6:40. And then Thursday morning an 11 a.m. start. Back home Friday for a week. Road Warriors come in. Star Wars night. We have one of our rescheduled fireworks shows that night. Here's the 1-1. And a swing and a foul back into the upper deck. And the Revs are down to their final strike here tonight. Lancaster would even the War of the Roses series this year. The Revs hoping to do some damage over here this week, given the division deficit already before them. First night, though, has not gone their way. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a pop-up. Right side, it's Noel out from second. Into shallow right, and he makes the play, drifting out nonchalantly right in front of Blake Galen, and that'll do it. A 1-2-3 ninth inning for Scott Schumann, and Lancaster wins the opener by a final score of 7-1. It's their 11th straight win, a new franchise record, as they improved 17-5, the best start in Lancaster history. Revs fall back to 500 with the loss at 10-10, and also 4-4 in War of the Roses play. And it is a 6-game deficit in the division. They will try to recoup that game tomorrow night and do one better before this series ends. But game 1 goes to Lancaster. Again, the final tonight, 7-1. Stay tuned, post-game show follows next.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
Donegal offers car and homeowners insurance at rates that are very competitive. So competitive that Donegal's car insurance rates are among the lowest in the state. And if you insure your car and home with Donegal, Donegal will take up to an additional 10% off their already low rates. Donegal, a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Remember rushing to the newspaper in the morning to read all about that Revs game from the night before? Yeah, that was a long time ago. We barely remember that too. Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local sports, and we're taking care of that news void in your life. Get your York Revolution game articles delivered right to your inbox every morning, courtesy of WOYK. Simply log on to YorkRevolution.com and click to sign up to receive daily game recaps right to your inbox. Keep up to date every day as the York Revolution go for another Atlantic League title. We're your source for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
The Force is with the York Revolution Friday, May 25th. It's Star Wars night at People's Bank Park. Meet your favorite characters from the Star Wars universe. Enter the costume contest, play Star Wars trivia, and catch the Battle of the Death Stars during the game. After the game, witness a space battle over People's Bank Park in an inside-the-park fireworks spectacular. Star Wars Night, Friday, May 25th. Tickets at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
This is Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs dropped the opener in Lancaster tonight, 7-1. Darrell Henry back with Michael Mark Antonini. We welcome you to the postgame show, and Barnstormers doing some historic stuff in their first 22 games. It's their new franchise record as of about 5 minutes ago. 11th straight win. 17-5 now is their record, best in the league and their best start ever. Revs fall to 10-10, which, my goodness, they're our six back. And Michael, you come into a season with the abbreviated spring training, and every year you say, if you can just play 500 through the first 20 games and be in it, that is exactly what the Revs have done. But you don't count on somebody being 17-5, and here they are 6 games back. They have some work to do, obviously, in the first half.
Yeah, a little bit of work to do, and 10-10, nothing to be ashamed of right now based on the injuries this team's dealt with, the weather that they've had to play through, the road trips that they've had to deal with, the fact that they've played, 4 doubleheaders already this year?
Yeah.
And, 10-10, you'll take it. However, you won't take it as much considering that the team ahead of the division standings is on an 11-game winning streak, is only lost 5 times this year. So it's tough. Right now, 10-10, not a bad place to be at, but considering where Lancaster is and knowing how important it is to, catch them or even get close to them as this first half continues to go on, you know that you have to play a little bit better as a team.
And it's strange, a 6-run game tonight, 7-1 the final, but there were a couple little things early in the game where if they go a different way, it might feel like a completely different game. It had a missed opportunity to score. All of a sudden, you're feeling frustrated offensively again. Atkins, that 4th inning, the way that started, he was moving along pretty nicely, looked crisp with his stuff, looked like he might be en route to one of his better starts early this season, but a couple of things go wrong in that 4th inning, and it really snowballed, and then he's out there for 30-some pitches or whatever it is, and just the entire complexion of the game deteriorated early on with a couple of those things.
There definitely was a little bit of a snowball effect. I thought Mitch threw the ball pretty well. Again, that one rough inning in the 4th that, there are a couple errors in that inning, a couple tough calls against Mitch, and then all of a sudden it just gets out of hand. On the home run ball, the 3-run home run that Castile hit, that ball just kept carrying. I mean, on some nights that doesn't get out, but for some reason tonight just kept going on a fly ball that looked off the bat like it might be a routine fly ball or caught in front of the warning track. It got out. But Mitch looked good. I like the way he mixed pitches. He mixed in his curveball. Also the cutter and changeup looked really good, and he picked good spots with them. But, again, Lancaster, the bats, they've been hard to stop lately, and we see why now they're on an 11-game winning streak.
Yeah, it does seem like there's stuff that Mitch can build on with this one. And, again, only 3 of those runs that he gave up were earned. But recapping things tonight, Revs in the top of the 2nd. Had a leadoff double from Michael Burgess but could not score. Darian Sanford made a great running grab in deep right center off the bat of Luis Cruz to end that inning and deny the Revs of the first run tonight. In the bottom of the 2nd, Lancaster would plate that first run, a 2-out walk to Carlos Garcia, and he was running with reckless abandon tonight. He stole second right away, and that put him in position to score on Vladimir Frias' single, and that made it 1-0 Lancaster. Garcia had 3 of their 6 stolen bases tonight, getting a start at DH, and he looked like he wanted to make the most of it. In the top of the third, Dent had a hard-hit single with 1 out, and with 2 outs, Casilla hit a bullet that appeared ticketed down the first base line. Maybe if it gets by, the game is tied, but Terdoslavich reaches out and makes the grab on that. So a couple of hard-hit balls that inning, nothing to show for it. Atkins went 1-2-3 in the third, so that kept it 1-0. Revs stranded a couple in the top of the fourth, couldn't get the big hit off Reed, and then in the bottom of the fourth inning, it all went haywire. He had Galen struck out to begin the inning, but then a near miss on Terdoslavich for a 1-out walk. An error that would have been the second out. Actually, it was on Atkins dropping a flip from Wilson, who initially, on a ball away from first, looked like he wanted to go to second with it and then could not, and it kind of seemed like Mitch was maybe watching at second and didn't realize that the flip all of a sudden was coming his way. And they did not get what would have been the second out. Ryan Castile followed with a 3-run homer down the line and left, and that pretty much set the tone. That was 4-0 Lancaster at that point. Garcia reached on another error, stole 2 bases, scored on a Noel single. Sanford with 2 outs kept the inning going with an infield single. After a double steal, Tyler Bortnick drove in both with a base hit, and that made it 7-0 at that point, ending Atkins' night. A bright spot, Pat McCoy came in to make his debut. He went 2 1/3 scoreless, giving up only an infield hit. Joe Van Meter got back on the mound tonight, first time in 13 days, worked around a leadoff double for a scoreless 7th inning. Zach Treese got out of a bases-loaded situation with a double play, his first totally scoreless inning of the season. Last time out, he gave up an unearned run. And the Revs' only run on the flip side, however, came on Michael Burgess's first pitch home run in the 6th off Jesus Sanchez. Not enough offense tonight, obviously, to overcome the early hole, and they were held hitless the final 3 innings. Lancaster's bullpen finishing it off for Nate Reed, who went the first 5 scoreless to pick up the win. He is now 4-0. The Revs are certainly not the only team that he has pitched well against, but he does have 3 of those 4 wins against York. And Atkins suffering the loss now 0-3. 7-1 is the final tonight. We'll take one final break, check the out-of-town scores, and wrap things up for you when we come back.
York Country Day School is an independent college preparatory school. It inspires and nurtures the innovative and creative spirit of students as they pursue their intellectual promise. At York Country Day School, students are known and valued, which allows them to engage as compassionate, bold, and active citizens as they identify a purpose outside of themselves and generate the call to better the world. York Country Day School is currently enrolling students beginning at age 2 years, 7 months through grade 12. We invite you to visit for a day and stay for the education of a lifetime. For more information, visit www.ycds.org.
This hour on WOYK is brought to you by Maple Donuts. Quality you can see.
Need to get some cash? No problem. Head to Royal Farms, step up to the ATM, and
get your cash for nothing, cause there is no fee.
Yep, that's the way we do it at Royal Farms. Some retailers charge to use their ATMs. We don't. Our ATMs are surcharge-free, so you can always get
cash for nothing, cause there is no fee.
Anytime, at all Royal Farms ATMs.
A bank or credit card fee may apply.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Lancaster takes the opener tonight 7-1, the final here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Take a look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, and Somerset really pulled away late. They were up 2-0 going to the 8th inning, scored 7 in the 8th, and they beat Sugar Land 9-1. So the Patriots continued to lead the Liberty, now 14-6. They are now 3 up on Long Island, who lost. And Lancaster, great night for them. They win. Sugar Land loses. They're now 2.5 back, and obviously York loses at the hands of Lancaster, so the Revs are 6 games back. Lancaster's streak was extended. The Road Warriors' streak, headed in the opposite direction, was ended. They snapped their 12-game skid. They are now 5-18, and they win at Long Island tonight 2-0. It's a damaging loss for the Ducks. Again, they fall to 3 games back with Somerset winning. And the other scheduled game tonight, New Britain at Southern Maryland, they were rained out and will play 2 in Waldorf tomorrow. Major League games, 8th inning at Wrigley, all Indians in a rematch of the 2016 World Series, 10-0 Tribe leading at Wrigley. Phillies trail the Braves 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th at Citizens Bank Park. They are half a game behind Atlanta for first place after taking the opener last night. Bottom of the 6th in Cincinnati, the Reds lead the Pirates 6-1. Marlins are up 5-1, and actually they just won it in New York against the Mets. 5-1 is the final. Red Sox a 4-2 lead at Tampa Bay. Craig Kimbrell is on, but the Rays have the bases loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning, down 4-2. Bottom of the 9th in D.C., the Nationals, it looks like they have just won it. It's 2-1 against San Diego. Looks like a walk-off win for the Nats. If I'm reading our online scoreboard correctly, that would make sense. Bottom of the 8th, the Brewers lead the Diamondbacks 1-0. Yankees trail in Texas 6-1, that game in the 6th inning. The Orioles trying to win a road game. They're up 2-0 against the White Sox in the 7th inning at Guaranteed Rate Field. The Twins lead the Tigers 3-0 in the 6th inning at Target. Bottom 6 in Houston, it's the Astros 5, the Giants 2. Royals a 3-1 lead in St. Louis in the 7th. Blue Jays beat the Angels 5-3. Kendrys Morales went yard in that one. Rockies and Dodgers coming up right about now in L.A., and the same goes for the Mariners and the A's, who will get started shortly in Oakland. That is your York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard here tonight. Final in our game, once again, Revs fall to the Barnstormers 7-1. Your totals in this one for Lancaster, 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, they leave 7. For the Revs, 1 run, 6 hits, 3 errors, they leave 7 as well. Nate Reed the win, he's 4-0. Mitch Atkins the loss, 0-3. Time of the game, 2 hours, 47 minutes, and played in front of 2,645 here at the Clip tonight. Michael, our Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group player of the game, not really in the mood to give it to a Barnstormer. There was one Rev who made his debut tonight who impressed above all others. I'm going with Pat McCoy on this one.
Yeah, I like Pat. I mean, he did exactly what he was asked to do, and at least what I assume he was asked to do was come in and stop the rally that the Barnstormers put up in that 6-run 4th inning. He got the final out of that inning pretty easily. Then a scoreless 5th, a scoreless 6th looked really good, and it's good to have another lefty on the team, regardless of whether he's going to eventually pitch out of the starting rotation or whether he's going to stay in the bullpen. It's great to have him either have 3 lefties in the bullpen or you have add a second to the rotation, and he looks like he's comfortable here already. Came in on the road, his first opportunity to get in the game, and looked really good. And I want to give a shout-out to Michael Burgess for the game. He had a multi-hit game.
Yeah.
Had that line drive home run that got over the wall in right field. Also, a bloop opposite field double, and he also had another opposite field line drive that was caught and a ball that easily could have gotten down depending on who was playing out in left field, but Robinson made a nice grab. So Burgess, a great night for a couple reasons. Able to beat the shift, hit the ball the other way hard, and also another tater on his line now as the team lead with 4. So between McCoy and Burgess, got to give it to McCoy, but both stood out tonight in the loss.
Absolutely. Well, we will try it again tomorrow night. We'll be on at 6:40 once again for the pregame. It's a 7 p.m. first pitch. Dominic Severino, who has at least taken our world by storm, maybe the league. I don't know how many are noticing, but around the entire league. But he has been fantastic. Got the win at New Britain on Friday night, which put his record at 2-1 now for the season. He will face right-hander Steve Johnson tomorrow, also 2-1. Severino at 2.04 ERA, Johnson 3.60 for Lancaster. Again, we're on at 6:40, and we hope you can join us then. Until tomorrow night, for Michael Mark Antonini in the booth with me, Daryl Henry saying so long from Clipper Magazine Stadium. Again, your final score tonight, it is the Barnstormers 7 and the Revs 1. Thanks a lot for listening. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 6:40 for the pregame, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Thank you for listening to the Atlantic League champion York Revolution on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Catch the Revs all season on York's only place for local sports. Tune in 20 minutes before first pitch for a trip to the clubhouse with player interviews and the manager Mark Mason every game. Listen throughout the day for the Revs Report and check out WOYK1350.com for highlights and features on York's pro team. The Atlantic League champion York Revolution, all season on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Now we return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.